charged.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm all ready.
Um,
All right. Well, then we'll see what we get up to because it's almost the end of the week in game. So I was gonna ask you guys what you do over these next 2 days to get us to Sunday, Monday.
Mm, I don't know.
Well, I know Drew has something that he wants to do, so I'll ask Drew, how do you start that?
well, first I'll ask Laria, if she could find a, a bluebell flower uh, for me, and if she would be able to, search around for anybody, or like, put out some feelers for anybody who'd be up for smuggling some people out of the city as part of the Bellflower Network. Like, I can pay her if needed.
She says that'll take some time, that she can't do that on short notice. Like it'll be about a
Okay,
week before she gets anything reliable.
all right.
Is that going to
That's
postpone your
that's
plans?
fine. I don't think so because the Lucky Bones is pretty big at this point, right?
Okay.
And there's people like kind of coming and going with regularity, like people who are involved in the movement.
I mean,
I
that's where
guess
you
that
want
was a
to put
question.
them, sure.
I guess that was more of a question. Like, are there people kind of coming and going with some sort of regularity throughout the Lucky Bones?
Those you allow.
Okay. All right. I guess at some point I'll, pull Barry aside and ask him, I have an important question to ask you, and I'm wondering if you are willing to accompany me on a special mission.
He will. Oh, give me a sec.
Sure.
Um, yeah, I guess he'll ask what the mission is.
You'll remember those halflings who are slaves of the captain on that one ship? Well, the captain that we know, Captain Sargetta.
He nods. You want to free them?
Totally should.
He says, "What? You want to jailbreak them?"
Okay, the sound is just now coming in. Am I lagging or was that
I think it's probably
Grit?
you.
Yeah, probably. Okay. As I only caught the last syllable, but I'll inform Barry of the plan. I didn't hear if he would agreed or not or what his question is, but basically I lay him out I lay out the details to him.
Which are.
That I want to break those halflings out of slavery and take them to the Lucky Bones to occupy the place until they can be safely extradited out of the city. Or if they like the operation that we got going on, perhaps they'd be willing to join.
Why aren't you going to freedom for this?
Um, uh, Leon feels that, freedom might be a little bit too rules oriented and there might and this sort of operation, he would have a
That
lot of
freedom
problems
wouldn't want
with
freedom
it.
for the halflings? Uh-oh.
I mean, I might try to convert the captain in the process, but, you know.
Well, also the fact that this is a stealth operation.
Yeah.
And Freedom likes wearing his armor.
Boy, do I. Okay. That's fair.
Alright.
I will
So
be
it
proud of
looks like
you, though,
Barry's-
if you succeed behind my back.
Alright, well, it looks like Barry is up for the plan.
So what, you're doing a
by the,
stealth
text.
operation for this? You're not gonna just, like, use a favor?
Correct. That way we conserve a favor, and it's...
If he
Yeah.
loses his crew, can you
Okay.
still give us favors?
I'm sure you can get more crew. He'll just replace these slaves with other slaves.
They're not quite crew. These are like his. Like,
Right, if
you
he
know,
loses his
these are his
slaves,
right?
can he still
Actually,
provide
that's
us
true. Yeah,
favors?
he has an actual crew that aren't slaves. That are like capable people that helped us, you know, not do boat things.
Okay.
So okay, yeah. If you don't ask Caleb, that's fine. If you do ask Caleb, he would just warn you that if things go bad, be ready to use one or more favors to, you know, get forgiveness.
Right. It's always better to ask for forgiveness and permission.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Have fun.
Alright, so yeah, he'll ask Barry to prepare like a water breathing spell and just any spells that he think might be beneficial for this sort of operation.
Alright. Give me a couple minutes.
Sure, and in that time, yeah, if Caleb wants to know how his mint plant farm is coming along.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was joking, but if we're waiting a couple minutes, then yeah. I mean, I've been watering my mint plant. That's was in the wasp's nest. I
I'm
assume I
gonna feel
moved
so
it.
left out when I found out that
now.
everybody, like, did something without...
Hey, I'm not
Do you
involved
want
either.
to deal with my mint plant with me?
Hey, Amon, do you want to go shopping?
Sure.
Alright, we're gonna go
Really?
shopping.
We're going
Okay.
shopping. I don't know what we're
Fun.
shopping for.
In the town!
You're just window shopping.
Yeah.
No, I'm always buying gems and trinkets for my glamorous armor that I soon will have. Someday.
You like,
I don't think
Try
I
all
have
this
enough
different
money
stuff
to
to, like-
shop.
you're like, should I get it? And Amon's like, no.
No. And I do it anyways. Ah, if he doesn't like it, it's good.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys go have your fun.
No, you're fine. Go shopping.
Oh, I am. I mean, if you want me to roleplay the experience, I will.
I think you need to roll for what things you see while shopping around.
Didn't
If
we already
Matt's
do
good with
that,
that.
sort of, in the market?
Well, that's when you're trying to buy something specific, but here you're just like, oh, well, what's there?
Trinkets?
Alright, so who is actually trying to get onto the ship?
That would be
That
me
would be, yeah, just
Barry.
Leon and Barry doing that.
Barry too?
Yep.
Alright, well, if you want to get onto the ship, then I need stealth rolls. And I want you to put them into the tower.
Okay. Leon will be giving you, Barry, an elixir that'll give you a +10 competence bonus to stealth check.
Okay. Just 1 sec, I'm still kind of preparing spells, but yeah.
Add that.
Alright. So you said a plus 10 bonus?
Correct.
Alright, he'll drink that and add that to his stuff. I mean, his stuff's pretty redonkulous already, anyways.
Yeah, I don't think it'll stack with your cloak of Elvenkind if you got one, so it might just give an additional +5.
Just add
Yeah,
5.
it gives it competent. Alright. I remember it's in the tower, but yeah, that's pretty good.
I'll roll in the tower. I forgot. Damn.
I'm drinking a potion of heroism too. God damn it. Finally.
Okay. Okay, so Barry and Leon, you guys both get onto the ship.
Alright. And
And I'm assuming you're going at night.
I am going to be, yes.
Okay. What do you guys do now?
I am, you know, I tell Barry to stay close, and I am going to be searching for a, you know, where the halflings are.
Okay. You find the slave quarters.
Alright. Is the door locked, or is it open?
Do you check it?
Yes.
It's not locked.
Alright, I'll slowly creep it open.
Okay, you do.
Alright. What do I, uh, whom do I find in there?
Okay. You find, I believe it was 3 halflings.
I think it was 4 total? I may be wrong. Like, you know, whichever you say is how many were
Well,
there.
there might be one that's not there.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, if I find them all, great. If I know that there's one missing, I'll keep looking.
There's 3. And 3 is
Alright. Do I know if
3
there
is the
were
number
more?
of halflings that you saw in the cabin. One was playing
Okay.
a violin, another was sewing buttons, and the third was serving cut up pineapple.
Okay. Then I'll ask, you know, Barry, can you speak to them? You are, you know, as they
2 of
are.
them are asleep. One of them is actually awake,
Okay.
and
Oh,
they're
alright.
tuning their violin.
All right. Then I guess I'll. Does it look like they've noticed us or no?
No.
Okay. I'll ask Barry if he can speak to them.
All right. He will kind of walk in to the room and like whisper, "Hi there."
So you make your presence known.
Yeah, yeah.
The awake halfling isn't shocked, but lifts an eyebrow at you. They recognize you, and they ask you if like, do you have some kind of business here at night?
He says we're here to um help set you free.
We are with the Bellflower Network.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing that Leon also makes his presence known.
Yeah, I make my presence known, and I have like a potion of disguise self so that I look like a halfling, and that's all I say as I kind of stand beside Barry.
Barry says we're here to help you escape or uh free you from this uh servitude, I guess. I don't know. He's kind of like because
This
just
is
how this guy
Leon's.
said like sound how
Right.
well also how this guy sounded. It's like they're Barry doesn't see them as like true slaves because like true slaves like don't get like a violin and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I guess he'll say we're here to free you.
Well, I mean, if they want to be free, yeah.
The violinist looks at you two, and he puts his violin down, and he says that he's surprised that someone would come and offer them freedom. And honestly, he doesn't know how. He says, "I don't know how to respond to that," which I feel like I should accept, but uh, Cassius Sargetta maybe isn't the man that you think he is.
That's fair.
Ooh, I like it.
And
Sense motive or sense
yeah.
like maybe try to sense what he's trying to say. I don't know.
I'll let you roll it, but not yet.
Okay.
He tells you that he's been with Sargetta actually for a while, since before he became the captain of Belial's Scourge. And he tells you to like stay quiet with like a mouth up to his lips, and points to like two halfling-sized stools that you guys can
A
use.
mouth up to his lips. Whose mouth?
I think he means a finger.
A finger, yeah.
All right.
Dang, I thought it was getting spicy.
I'll take a seat.
Barry will stay. Yeah, Barry will sit as well, keeping his eye out.
He tells you guys that this halfling's name is Hopgut,
All right.
which doesn't sound super flattering for a halfling, but there's a reason for that, and that might be a story for another day. But he's actually been a slave for some years, but that kind of ended when he met. It ended shortly after he met Sargetta, And he says that both he and I were actually captives on a pirate vessel under this hunter who is called Hell's Maiden.
Okay.
That ship got sunk by a Riddleport pirate ship, and Cassius, I, and a couple of others made it to shore safely, and we kind of reintegrated back into Chelish society. He applied for a position in her Infernal Magistrix's navy and decided to bring me along with him because, well, I play my violin well. Most of the people that you'll talk to on the ship are pretty loyal to him. He's, like I said, he's not a bad man. He's fiercely loyal to Cheliax, but I think you can see that he disagrees with many of the ones in power, especially the Thrones. In fact, you didn't hear this from me, but Cassius is an atheist.
I don't get it. How can you be an
just
atheist in
They
this
just
world?
don't. They know that the gods are real. They just don't believe in their divinity, basically.
Oh, is that how that works? Okay.
Kinda, yeah. Or that
So
he
I'm like, if
doesn't
you
feel
can
any
see the
obligation
miracles, it's like,
to give them worship.
Yeah.
Like they're not.
Okay. Interesting. Cool. Sorry
Hopkett
to
also
interrupt. Just
says
curious.
that yeah, that because of his patriotism towards his country, he really doesn't doesn't let his dissatisfaction with the government show too much. But the rest of the crew, we've all picked up on his opinions and we share and support his efforts. Although I'm speaking for myself as a slave. The other two here, let's see, their names. Make Way, he points to one of them, and Winchella, they were picked up sometime after Cassius became captain of his own ship. So you should ask them and ask them whether they want freedom or not. But personally, me, I I don't know what I would do off of Sargetta's ship. I feel like I've been through too much with them.
So you are only a slave in writing. You are saying that this is some sort of facade in order to protect you from other more uh, cantankerous captains.
I'd like to think that Sargetta would protect me, but I can't say for certain. Like I said, he likes the way I play the violin. And you know what? I'm content with my lot in life. I I get fed, I have a roof over my head.
We can offer you that same thing, but on the shore. And if you are, have you ever been wanting some sort of allowance or a way to make your own lot in life?
He shakes his head and says, there's something about having more money and having more problems. I could see myself playing my violin while we sail around on the seas until my days are done.
Hmm. Well, well, your lifestyle choice is not something that I would pick for myself. I can admire that you have what you want and you know it, and you are choosing to stick with it. And even though it is a life of servitude of sorts, and as much as that makes me shiver to the bone, I will not force you off of this ship. And I thank you for your candor. But the offer is always there.
He says he understands. The other two, if you feel like pitching them, yeah, freedom, go ahead.
Oh, I'm not there.
But he does say that, yeah, he does say that I don't think Captain Sargetta would be. He would sorely miss his tailor and a cook.
I'm sure he has enough clothes to last several lifetimes. Uh, but should they choose to accept, uh, I suppose you be able to lie to Sargetta and say that there was nothing you could do, or you were asleep or something?
He says that he'll let the other two make their decisions and see how he feels.
Okay, because if they choose to accept, I did not want, the captain to unfairly punish you for their escape. I noticed that he has quite the temper. Has he ever struck you out of anger?
I might have thrown a bowl or two, but nothing serious. And honestly, those times I was off key.
Uh, it, Leon looks a bit perturbed by that, but I mean, if this guy, is, content with where he is, he's not going to force him. Because while he is about, liberating people, he's not going to force something that people don't want. So, alright, Leon will nod, but if there's any questions that Barry had, you can go ahead and ask.
Nah, Barry's listening and kind of gets where this guy's coming from. It's a stable life. I mean,
Alright. Was that sense motive role going to come into play now, or even further later?
What are you trying to sense?
I'm just trying to sense if he's like genuine with his, or if
He sounds genuine.
yeah. Then, like I said, very didn't wasn't like these guys are slaves because he's like in his past he's ran into slaves like true like chains on the wall like lashing and stuff like that and like they're saying in a boat with comforts and stuff so you can see where this is.
Okay,
Having,
so what do you guys
yeah,
do from here?
I guess, well, I'll roll sense motive just real quick, just because Leon had recently dealt with an aboleth, and while he's pretty sure the captain doesn't have any sort of like sorceress abilities or anything, he's not sure about everybody on deck, so he's just going to make sure that he is of sound mind, and if he's satisfied with that, then he'll wake up the other two. That should be a 21, since I do have
It sounds like
heroism
he's
going,
genuine,
but
but you
for
can
some
believe what you
reason,
want.
right. All right. He'll believe Hopgut, and uh, I guess before he wakes the other two, say, "Is Hopgut your actual name? I know you said it was a longer story, but I would like to thank you with your real name."
He asks you politely to just call him Hopgut. That's what he's gone by for a while now, and that's who he's settled into.
Very well, Upgut. Merci. And he'll gesture to Barry to, wake up the other one, and pick. He'll probably wake up, I don't know, Witchella, and he can wake up Make Way.
Okay, so you wake up
Very
both of them.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they wake up. They're a little bit groggy and annoyed that they're being woken up at night. What do you guys do or say?
I say the same line that I gave Hopka, that we are with the Bellflower Network and we are here to give them freedom.
They both are very questioning towards your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Asking, why you want to freedom uh, and why should they trust or believe in you?
I'll say, that we are here to give you a new lease on life. Halflings, and the small folk, they have always been so oppressed and looked down on. It is unfair. You should be able to pursue your own passions, not be forced to make suits for frou-frou captains or, uh, what was the other one? Cook?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or cook these complicated meals only to have balls thrown at you and get no recompense. You can do those same things, but, get paid for it and earn your own way through life. Make your own choices.
Makeway tells you that he's been a tailor for quite some time now, and that he's pretty impressed with his work, and that he's sure that if Sargetta didn't have him, he'd be ill-equipped to find anybody else that knows his sizes and how he likes things tailored. So he asks you, "What's in it for me?"
I could find you employment in Kintargo. There is the Devil's Threads, headed by a good friend of mine, Etamon. He is one of the best tailors in the city. I'm sure you two could, you know, exchange ideas, and he would be happy to employ you.
Okay, give me diplomacy.
Ah, that's all right. I will give him the diplomacy. It's my best skill.
What if he's not happy to employ him?
Hiya. Modified 20.
What was that, Secret?
What if he's not happy to employ him?
Well, that's in the that's future Leon's problem.
Yeah, okay.
He says to you that uh, he would like to work and make good money, but here in Kintargo, that seems really iffy. Like, I mean, this is where the ship is docked, and who's to say that, the captain might wander into a tailor's outfit after his tailor goes missing?
Well, we could keep you underground for a little while, or even relocate you, perhaps to a Vire. Have you ever heard of that city?
He's heard of it.
We could get you passage to go there. We have friends there. Another halfling
Barry will step in.
who owns a tavern, and I'm sure she would be happy to go for it.
He pulls Leon aside and says, like under his breath, "We shouldn't have to convince people to be free. If
True.
we have
I
to
tell
convince them for freedom, then they might like their lot in life." I know he also knows
I'll
that
go.
like some are scared.
I'll tell Barry, but a fish that lives its whole life in the stream cannot imagine the ocean. They don't know what is out there for them. We can only paint them a picture. We can't
I mean, they've only been
put
in
them out
slavery for a
there.
little while, so I'm pretty sure they know what's out in the sea.
Makeway speaks up and says, "Oh, that sounds really complicated. I know what I'm worth, and Sargetta paid a pretty penny for me. So how about you just employ me, and I'll tailor for you."
Hmm. I know someone who would very much enjoy your tailor services,
Well, I
and
ain't paying them
I'm
though.
sure I would as well. So, what are what are your
Not only that,
prices?
but
In fact,
he could be he could be our disguise maker.
Yeah, I'm not an
yeah,
employer, but yeah, if you want to add him to our team, then we can do that.
I'll ask him what are his wages.
He folds his arms and asks, "What are you willing to offer?"
Well, for one, freedom.
2, a place to stay without a place to stay. I guess it's
I'm
kind of the
hearing a
same.
lot of no money here, and that doesn't interest me.
All right, I'll throw him. I'll throw him. All right. Do I know anything about what sort of money that he might make a month or a week? Like, is there anything I can roll to like sort of
As
get
a
a
tailor?
guesstimation? Right.
Well, okay, assuming he's of average skill, he would
Uh-huh.
probably be making 15 silver pieces a week. That's of
Gotcha.
average skill.
Right. And he seems to be pretty proficient.
Yeah,
So
so
he
I mean,
claims.
yeah, so he claims.
Right.
Someone who's
Well,
like exceptionally skilled might be making anywhere between 2 and
So
3
like
gold per week.
yeah. I'll tell him that I will give you 10 gold a month for starters. And in fact, here's a forward on your uh, wages, and I'll give him 10 gold right then and there.
You give him 10 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Leon's bribing. I will
Yeah,
pay your
basically. All right,
freedom.
so he looks at the money, and before he can say anything else, he says, "Well, hot diggity dog. I'm gonna pack my bags then."
And this is
And when
Makeway?
Chella, yeah, as a makeway, and when Chella
Okay.
says, "Oh, hey, are you hiring too?"
Oh, okay.
But of course. Uh, and I'll give her 10 gold as well.
Leon's gonna
Alright,
go
so,
broke by buying our staff.
oh, I mean, 10 gold pieces per month, like for each
I
of these
know it's
two,
nothing.
that's peanuts for an adventurer. But Leon, he's excited that he's found a way to like to these halflings' hearts that doesn't involve him trying to like make friends with them, because he's not the best at that.
He's like, wow, I can just pay
I
people
figured
to
out
be
that I
my
could,
friends.
Pay people
yeah,
to be
buy
your friend.
people.
He's learned the cow lesson.
I figured out that I could pay people to accept
Uh,
freedom.
Yeah.
yeah, that's so funny.
Ah, we should turn Gintargo into a capitalist society. He's gonna slowly turn into
When
like
Chella says, "I don't know what I'm doing, but it pays well,"
He's gonna make us stealth clothes, black clothes for stealth operations.
But yeah, the halfling Winchella accepts your money, and they say that yeah, they'll go with you.
All right, good to know. Uh, I tell uh, Hopgut, like, I appreciate your speaking with us. Have you made a decision on how you are going to explain to Sarjetta's absence of Winchella and Mikwe?
Uh, Hopgut looks very disappointed, and he kind of packs up his violin and uh sits on the edge of his bed and says, I don't know that, but take care of them.
But of course, Hopgut, and should you ever be wanting your own freedom, complemented by a nice monthly wage, just send out word through the Bellflower Network, a Miss Laria Longroads. Word will get to us.
I don't think I could be any freer than, being able to make my choice here, but thanks.
I'll point at my head and say, I think your only gauge is up here, mon ami. But only you can provide the key for that. For now, I guess I can only wish you a bon voyage.
All right. How do you get the two halflings
Oh,
with
I've
you
got that
off the
covered.
ship?
I think.
I go ahead, Barry.
How many people can I take with Dimension Door?
You can take two other people with you at your current level.
Yeah. Well, it scales.
So I could dimension.
Scales by
Right.
level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
one
I
extra
could.
person every 3 levels.
So I could
So,
Dimension Door them too, and then it'd just be you
hmm
have to get off.
yeah,
Yeah.
I I take out a potion and I give everybody uh, an extract of alchemical location, and I tell Barry like I'll meet you topside, and it's a potion of fly that I'm passing around to everybody, so everybody has a fly speed for about 7
Oh, okay.
minutes.
Well, you don't need to
And
hand one to Barry. He just casts it.
oh, okay. So then I'll do that. I'll give them the potion of fly and say, "Don't be startled, but when you reappear, you won't have anything below your feet." Okay, goodbye.
Okay. So, you want them to fly off the ship?
No,
Just
Barry's gonna take their hands and he's gonna Dimension Door them into the sky.
Oh, okay.
while
So they
they
get.
have the fly spell on
Oh, I
them.
see. Yeah.
Okay.
And
He tells them he tells them what's gonna happen. Like he explains like don't be panicked. We know what we're doing, and he starts to cast the spell.
All right, you do that.
So just up in the air, pretty much as max range as you can get. Um,
I'll place a blue flower on the beds where the halflings were sleeping, and I'll drink a potion of invisibility or extract of invisibility, and tell Hopget, "You have given me a lot to think about, Monsieur Hopget. I hope you do not regret your decision, whatever it is." we all have to live with them. And I'll open the door and leave while invisible.
You do hear him say, "The same to you, friend."
Hmm. And I leave. I go off the ship, creep up to the deck while invisible, and once I'm up there, I'll start to fly up into the air, straight up. Uh, but you know, if there's anything that you want me to roll beforehand, I can do that.
Well, you're in the air, right?
Well, I mean, on my way back up to the deck, and once I'm on the
Okay,
deck,
you're walking. Sure, give me a stealth.
all right. All right. I guess that should be two more. It didn't include the heroism.
Okay. You make your way up quietly.
All right.
You don't alert anybody, even the people that are awake and nightly patrolling on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Among them is the elf woman with the gun.
Right. Right.
She
He's
looks like she's
particularly.
part of the night watch,
Mm.
but she doesn't notice you.
Okay. Good.
So
Yeah.
you get up and you fly away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do that. And you take both of the halflings back to the Lucky Bones.
Yeah. We all fly together, Peter Pan style.
Alright, you do that. Once they get there, they're still both tired, so after a while, they're gonna go to sleep, but do you give them their own rooms?
Absolutely. I make sure to, introduce the Lucky Bones like somebody who's giving a tour, like, one of those real estate agent, like all smiles and like saying only the great things about it.
Yeah, here's the
And
Fushi sisters, and
Yeah, okay.
here are our aquatic
Yep.
elf
Cella
friends.
looks pretty inquisitive and curious about where she's gonna be staying now. And
Mhm.
Makeway is he's mildly interested. He looks like he has a little bit of a whatchamacallit, like he's judging his surroundings.
Oh yeah, Leon's definitely picked up that he's the one who's going to be harder to impress. And yeah, he does. He shows them the kitchen and, areas that they can make their own. And, if he needs any sort of particular supplies, like for tailoring,
Oh, he does.
he can
Yes, he says that
contact
he's going to
somebody to get in
require
contact with
these
Hedamon,
extra
and
tools.
he'll tell them that, the people concerned were. All right. Uh-huh. Yeah, he'll tell.
He also wants to make sure that his like the furniture and all these other
Tolerate
things
his
that will help him live
his
comfortably
demeanor
aren't part of
for a while.
his wage.
Fridge better be stocked.
These are on top of them.
Goddamn.
Nobody better take my food. Yeah, I'll tell him, but of course, I'll make sure that you have everything that you could possibly need. And,
Very,
yeah.
very pulls Leon aside. Don't ever tell
Uh-huh.
halflings that.
But I have a plus 14 to my bluff score.
Makeway seems happy. He smiles and says, "Well, maybe someone's finally going to appreciate my talent."
Of course. In fact, I might be the first one to put it in order. And, I'll ask him for, some fancy clothes, since we are planning to attend an opera party within, soon TM period of time.
It's true.
He says, yes, yes, I'll get started on that when I'm rested and I have all of my supplies. Thank you very much. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Good. And
I'll take your
once
measurements
he is
in the morning.
This
Sweet.
And
Taylor's
I do
starting to
want
sound more and more
coffee.
like the boss.
but the
Leon
boss,
just
I believe,
Leon
is
just
just
switched
coffee.
roles with this. Switched roles with this Taylor. The Taylor was the slave, and now Leon's the slave to this Taylor.
I'm a slave to my wardrobe.
All right. Do you guys do anything else except for settle these two in?
And just make sure Winchella is settled in and tell her that, she
Yeah.
has
One
the
moment
option
she's
to.
like looking around very curiously, and then she's tired out and she's on her bed.
Gotcha. I'll, you know, bust in, like, ask if she wants something, but then she see that she's wanting to sleep, and then like stealthily creep back out. Just like, oh, the angel is sleeping. I tell Barry, I will I will talk to them in the morning. Thank you so much for your assistance. And if you want to be candid about what happened,
He
if you
nods.
want credit for what you did, it is your decision. All right, then I'll yeah, bid him good night.
Okay.
And yeah, that's I'll kind of like smoke somewhere in the hideout, just kind of thinking about Hopgut and his decision. Just kind of staring out over the water and the area where we fought the devil, but that's all he's going to do for the rest of the night, besides sleep.
All right.
But they're friends. He can't leave his captain friend, slave or not.
Think of it more like it's not exactly a friendship, but like when you've spent your life like with someone else kind of like also in your life, like maybe moving like away from that town or something feels awkward.
Oh yeah, people hate
Yeah.
change. Like, if they can't be, like, guaranteed security, a lot of times people will just stay with what they have.
Yeah. The halfling was just trying to express that like we may not be friends, like he did buy me, but like I've known him for a while.
Yeah. Leon was sensitive to that, kind of got the gist, and that's why he kind of left him that open-ended invitation.
Okay. Um unless there's anything else that you guys want to do the next day,
Nope.
I'm gonna push the
Oh, it's something I
time
wanted to do.
forward.
I had something I wanted to do tonight,
Yes.
actually, while this was going on, probably.
What's that?
So I probably would see if people around wanted to go with me or not, but I'm planning to go talk to what's his name? The
Oxysalorian?
Yes, Oxysalorian.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity too. Anybody else want to flex like their skills? Your social skills?
Um,
I don't know for sure if you'll be able to talk to him or not, because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to arrange a meeting with him. I might end up having to use magic to get over to talk to him, but
Who's this guy?
so he is one of the nobles. He's also
Oh, he's okay. He's one of the
Markel's
families
father.
that we have to.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And
Sure.
I have to be honest,
If you want me to go with you.
I'm not actually planning to talk to him about the rebellion. Not
I
entirely, at
mean,
least.
Caleb likes to stick with Amon, so if you invite him, he will go with you.
Okay, I mean, like I said, you might just be standing around, but I'm not 100%
I mean, that's
sure
a
what's
good
gonna happen.
idea. Yeah, I'm sure Amon likes having
I mean, it
your
never hurts to have.
intimidating
Yeah,
muscles.
Yeah.
exactly. If something goes wrong,
Well, we
I'll
never
be there if
know.
you need me. If you don't need
we
me,
do
then
know
oh well.
we do know that there's that Cerberus creature that he's got.
Well, you
That
killed it.
did we kill it? I thought it was still alive.
Well, there
Maybe it
were.
was still alive.
We learned that it was a
Or
gift,
there was a new one or
and
something.
they are like supplied them by by Thrune, I think.
Well, Markel told you that that one in particular was a gift from Barzillai.
Yeah. I can't remember if we killed it or not, but I don't know. If there's
Maybe
like
it's not dead. No, I feel like Freedom would have killed it because it was a. Didn't
you know what?
Identify it as like a?
If we
it
had
was
an option to
hellish?
kill
Yeah.
it, I would have. If it didn't
They
flee,
I
they
think-
could have got it.
I think
we
could
did
have
kill
got
It
it.
was killed, but the the guardsmen were not.
None of the guards,
Oh, yeah.
were killed.
Right, I know that. But yeah, I mean, if something goes wrong, it would be good to have some muscle with me. So, all right. So yeah,
Okay, we'll go.
if Caleb wants to come, um, but I'm going to try to kind of, you know, hang out outside his his manor, and try to figure out what room he's in, and I'm going to use a spell to try to contact him.
Okay.
So probably I'm looking from outside and I kind of we've scouted this place out a little bit before too, I remember. So
Mm-hmm.
I should have like kind of a lead, like I should kind of know where like the master bedroom or like his main study is. I'm hoping to kind of know to check for
Yeah.
those, but so yeah, I don't know if there's anything I need to roll to try to like figure out where he's at in the house, because I want to use
No,
Whispering Wind
I
to
would say
contact him.
that I'll give you the location of the master bedroom.
So yeah, I'll use Whispering Wind, and I'll be in there wearing like my vigilante identity with like the raven mask that I got and everything. But I'm gonna use Whispering Wind to send him a message that goes to a designated spot, and the spot's gonna be like in the room there. And I'm gonna tell his name was Oxus, right? I'm gonna tell Oxus that I have information about his son, Markel. If he wants to hear it, I think it can only be 25 words. So, yeah. So say I have information about Oxus or about Markel. Let me in through the window if you want to hear it. I think that's about 25 words. And he can't actually answer me, but if I see the window open, then I'm going to. That's when I'll act.
Oh man, sounds like there might be some climbing in my near future.
Okay.
If you want me to go with you.
That's 17 words.
No, I
if
don't
you
think I
want
can bring you. I don't think I can bring
8
you with
more.
me for what I was planning to do here.
You can hang out though, like I don't know, on the other side of the.
I don't know. I try and test climbing up the building, and it seems like I maybe could do it.
I mean, we're not at the building right now. We're like outside of it, the fence.
Wait,
But yeah, you
yeah.
can climb the fence.
Oh, climb the fence, then climb the building. Sure. But if you tell me to wait here, then
Yeah.
I'll wait here.
And
All right,
we'll
so you
just
send a message.
see if he responds.
Can he send a message back, or are you just waiting for the windows to
Nope.
open?
Can't answer back. I just if I see the windows open,
Okay.
then I'll cast my spell. If I don't, then I'll assume either he can't or he doesn't want
So
to.
what happens first is 2 guards station themselves beneath the window, but the windows do open.
I'm going to cast a spell called Raven's Flight, which is a swift action, turns me into a raven with a fly speed of 50 for 1 round, and I'm hoping that I can just kind of fly a straight line up to the window, and then it'll turn back into a Mon up in his, basically on the other side of the window.
Okay, so you fly as a raven.
Yes.
Okay.
Heroism on this side too.
The guards look like they're looking for someone.
Yeah,
So they
they might
notice you as the raven. But they notice you, but they don't notice that you're going to fly into the window until like it's already like you're already like at the point where you're gonna get in.
Mhm.
And Oxus is sitting there at his desk and also notices the raven fly in, and he is very surprised about this and gasps.
Yeah. He doesn't have a whole lot
trying
of
to
time for it,
shoo the raven out.
because he turns into a Mon like almost immediately, because this is only he only turns into a raven for like 6 seconds. It's like just enough time to fly up there and
Okay, you become humanoid again.
I
And
know
he
Ravens.
immediately
I had
asks,
to
"Who
take it
are
when I
you?"
saw this. I say I'm a friend of Markel. He runs in slightly different circles now than he probably did when you last spoke with him.
I'm not here to listen to you tell me riddles about my son. I want to know where he is.
He's safe right now, and that's as much as I'll tell you. He, I spoke with him before about reconciliation between you two. He didn't seem very optimistic about it, but I'm hoping maybe you'll have something to say that can convince me otherwise.
He rubs his chin and he says, "Well, if there is something I could say to the boy, then maybe it's perhaps that I've been too hard on him."
You've been too hard on him.
Yes, and I've never really quite known how to say this to him. It always eludes me when I'm trying to make things up to him.
Well, I have a little bit of time for you to gather your thoughts, and I can deliver a message for you. Very
Yes,
thorough way.
perhaps if you gave me a moment to compose my thoughts. And he sits down at his desk, and he looks like he's taking you know,
Okay,
a
I want to
pen.
make sure. Just okay, hold up. I need to remove. Okay. I want to make sure just that he's not like trying to pull a fast one on me in a little sense mode, and make sure. Don't think he's like
Okay, go
trying to
ahead.
send like a secret message to his guards to come arrest me or some shit.
I thought it'd be funny if you're like, I cast detect thoughts. Don't worry, I have your thoughts down for you.
You sense that he is genuinely interested in finding out more about his son and maybe saying something to him, but you actually think that with his exaggerated movements and with the way he's like taking the time to write this thing, you actually think he's buying time. Like he expects that his guards are probably going to check out the bird that flew into his room.
um, I'll call him out on it, and I'll say, "Are you sure that we actually have time?"
He puts down the pen and he says that, well, my time is very valuable, and knowing where my son is also very valuable to me.
Yeah,
I have a lot at stake.
I tell him that I'm doing this as a personal favor for Markel, that I also have a lot of important business to conduct as one of the senior members of the Silver Ravens. But I also warn him, I say I can leave just as easily as I came in, though. And
He
if
says,
you drive me off here, I'll consider this matter settled.
the matter of my son's safety is next to the safety of our family's reputation. And I'm sure he doesn't
Mhm.
realize it, but he poses as much danger to himself as he does our family's name.
He said as much. He said that he felt like you valued reputation more than you valued him.
Well, he's been listening. The boy isn't dumb.
I'd agree with that.
And right now, well, reputation's on the line. I feel that there is something to lose here, depending on who our family stays loyal to. Whether
Well,
Markel
Markel's
comes back to me, or comes back home, is of little consequence.
Markel's picked his side already.
And what side would that be?
Well, the fact that I'm here as representing him should tell you. He's standing against Brazil Thrun.
And that poses some danger to his family, whether he chooses to acknowledge that or not.
I think perhaps he just has a better understanding of what a family's supposed to be than you do. Or perhaps just a different understanding. Perhaps I'm being a little too abrasive here, but
Yeah. So then why did you come here?
like I said, I have sympathy for yours and his plight.
And what is that?
Two
Are you telling me
two
you
people
care
from
about our family's reputation?
Oh, I don't care about your reputation, but I care about Markel's happiness. I'd like to see him uh make amends with his family. I don't know if he realizes how I feel like it might not be as important to him now as it might be someday. I think it would be a disservice for him if he didn't have the chance to smooth things over with you. And if you didn't have the chance to smooth things over with him, I feel like he's been wronged personally, but I'm sure you feel the same about yourself, that he's wronged you instead.
He tells you that he's allowed the boy to make his choices,
Did
and
you?
he'll have to live with them.
Because last I remember, the last time we had contact with you, we had to come out here and break him out.
Well, I did ground him.
Look,
You know, he has
he's
friends.
yeah. Yes, he's the younger one. Like he's your child. It's going to be on you to be the responsible person. If you want to make things right here, it's going to be on you. And if not, then I'll take my leave. And the next time we speak, we'll only be speaking about the Silver Ravens businesses. As I said, I'll consider this matter dealt with.
Dealt with, or pending
Resolved.
negotiations.
I mean, that's up to you. Say it's your move now, or I'm going to just consider it resolved.
There's
like a
there's a
message?
knocking on his door, and it's guards like asking him to like, are you safe? Are you in need of anything,
I'll
Master?
wait
And
for it.
he says back to them that he's okay, that the bird is will be leaving shortly. But he does say to you that there's no time like the present, especially for negotiations.
Okay.
So, by all means, I have the time.
Well, if you'd rather move on to talking to Silver Raven business, I can make time for that.
He asks if you would like some wine.
Sure.
Okay. He pours you a glass out of a glass cupboard, and he says, "Then this puts me much more at ease than talking business."
Okay, I'll wait for him to drink some before I drink any.
Yeah, he does. Well, he toasts with you, and he drinks first.
Okay. I'll drink too then. At least a little bit. I'll sip on it.
While outside, I am listening intently to see if I hear the sounds of any kind of struggle or fighting.
Right,
But assuming I don't, I do nothing.
You're using your half elf ears to see what you hear with them. They're half as good as elf ears.
But they're also half human
I
ears.
think there's like a alternate racial trait where you're like, for half elf, where you're like, where you could have like one elf ear and one human ear, or something like that. Like,
Weird.
That's silly.
Kind of funny though.
yeah, like you're mismatched or something.
You wouldn't be able to tell like depth, distance very well.
Well,
or direction
Master
very well.
Elorian will open negotiations, and he says, just so that we're on the same page, I assume that we are negotiating for support.
Right. Obviously,
because I want you to understand that with Markel out of my control, I stand as much to lose siding with Thrune as I do with you. But right now, I have the opportunity to hear a better offer.
I'm not sure I follow.
And
Markel isn't a hostage, if that's what you're trying to imply.
I never suspected that. And I'd have no intentions of meddling with whoever it is or whoever it is that he's staying with. But what I am saying is that Thrun is walking a very tight rope at the moment, and I stand to lose as much as his government does should he fall.
So what are you looking for? Some assurances of what keeping your
I'm looking
lofty
for
place in society?
I am looking for reasons to put my loyalties elsewhere.
Okay, out of
Because I
character,
feel
real
like
fast.
there's a better deal.
Markel was writing. Was he writing poetry or was he writing essays?
He was writing poetry.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I know they're outlawed by Thrun. Okay, because I couldn't remember if he was doing essays. It'd be like just read your son's work, but no, he was writing poetry. So yeah, Amon will say that like he'll say that I feel like you should have a patriotic sense of duty in some respects that should help sway you as well. Thrun's rule has been very against the ideals of Kintargo.
He tells it he's thought about things like that, yes.
And I think in the long run, his the way he's been stamping down on trade will also hurt economically and will hurt the people of Kintargo, even beyond just simple ideals.
Yes, he does agree that his interest in buying and trading salt, silver, and magical products are have been more difficult as of late and could be in danger. But of course, if Thrun comes out on top of this, then it's better for him to support Thrun.
Well, the Silver Ravens have already secured alliances in other places. His time is limited, regardless of which way you side. You siding with us against him will just make us fall all the more easier and bloodless.
Yes, yes, I believe I've heard enough of what I need to hear. Now, let's start making offers. And go ahead and roll me a diplomacy.
Okay. So I cast True Skill before I came up here to give myself a +3 bonus. Let me apply that on myself. I have heroism going, so should have a pretty good shot at this. Decent roll.
Yeah, 32. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Fortunately, Amon's is the party's best diplomat. Although Freedom or Barry probably could have done this probably pretty decent too.
Alright, well. It's a good roll, and you
Especially with
succeed.
some extracts
Though whether
like,
you think
being
this is a
more of
good
smooth
deal is
talker.
completely up to you.
Mhm.
Oxus says that he is willing to offer you his loyalty plus he his loyalty also comes with selling you valuable information about the government.
So you want some money for the information alongside this?
He is willing to take a bribe of 20,000 GP.
Oh, you good lord. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, to secure both his loyalty and to get his alliance benefit. So he waits for your response.
I mean, I tell him that it's a very large sum of money that I don't have on hand, or that I have the authority to throw around haphazardly. I'd have to consult with the other senior members of the Silver Ravens.
I think that's a very fair bribe. I mean, if you want to make things move, you need to have players, and I'm a very valuable and expensive player that can make things move. And you need money to make this work. You telling me you don't have enough for a simple bribe?
Not on hand, no.
Well, what do you have?
Yeah. I mean, I just have my own personal effects right now. Various scrolls and other magical trinkets and whatnot, but certainly nothing that amounts to 20,000.
Well, let's... I mean, what kind of things? I like magical trinkets.
Uh, I mean, I got these boots of levitation that I'm wearing right now.
He asks if he can see them. He seems pretty interested.
Okay, yeah, I'll use them. It activates them. Activate them. Amon activates them and levitates up in the air with them, like a little bit, a couple feet off the ground.
He
Maybe.
seems impressed with them. He tells you that he's willing to take half the price in magical items.
Okay. Gosh, I still don't think I have 10,000 worth of items I can just give him. Like, I could actually give up boots of levitation, which is 7,000.
Yeah.
But I don't have enough other magic items. Unless I gave him, like, my cloak of resistance or something. I guess I could, right? Like, I'd just be like, here, have this
You
cloak
could.
of resistance as well. And just buy a new one later.
It's up to you.
Um... How much money do I actually have? If we had the, oh, you know what? I also have this weapon as well. Like, the Merciful Trident. That's actually pretty valuable, too.
Yeah, you do. That's a plus. It's a +2
It's
enhancement
like
bonus weapon.
8,000.
Yeah, it's like 8,000. So if I
Mhm.
gave him, if I gave him the Merciful Trident and the boost of levitation, that would like overkill it, but I might just do
He would
that.
accept it.
I'll let him know. Like I got this magic trident as well that if you stab people with it, it just knocks them unconscious.
He does look at it, and he seems very impressed, like with the make, and yeah, the fact that it is magical and enchanted, and he starts speaking aloud that I might just have a place for this in my in my study.
Yeah, I'll let him have it. I'll tell him he can have I'll put them into the party sheet.
I might just have a place for this in your gut.
He stabs me with it. Ugh!
But it's a bruising stab,
But
because
it
it's
just,
non-lethal.
yeah, it just knocks me unconscious. Actually, probably wouldn't. I have enough hit points that one hit with it, I'd probably be like, shit, and just fly away. But, yeah, I'll say he can have those then. But I'll still ask him as well that, oh, you know what? Let's see here. I have something else he might also be interested in. It's not technically magical, but, well, I don't know. Would he be interested in spell books?
He could find a use for that.
I guess this isn't really very valuable. I have the spell book from the, I don't even remember what they were called. That weird spell book. The spell book that was made on the clamshells of the weird
Mm-hmm.
underwater guy, but it's actually only worth like
The
600 gold.
Aboleth.
It wasn't from the Aboleth, it
Or
was from the guy
the
that served the
scum.
Aboleth. The scum, yeah, that's what it was. Anyway, yeah, I'll just give him the boots of levitation and the merciful trident.
Okay. He says that he'll accept these and that they'll keep him afloat in a pinch should he need to liquidate them,
Mm-hmm.
which is where their real value comes from.
But I still ask him as well though, like, are you sure there isn't anything you'd like me to tell Markel for you?
Tell him I hope he's happy.
Okay. I'll roll a sense motive just for kicks. I think he's actually genuinely hopes that,
You
but
think he's somewhat genuine, because he also adds like
yeah,
at the end, because if he's not, then he can't come crying back to me.
yeah. Okay. I'll make sure that he gets the message exactly as you delivered it. And then I, maybe finish up my wine, and then I ask him if there is anything else before I take my leave.
Well, he tries to shake your hand to make the bargaining official, and he says that you Silver Raven and Silver Ravens have my support then.
All right, I'll hold you to it. I know where
And
you live.
information that you need about Thrune's government will be yours.
Okay. Are you giving that to me
We'll
now, or
keep in touch.
okay? How are you going
Do
to
you
get a
know
hold
how
of
to
me then?
find me?
I do know how to find you. Do you only just come find you in a certain time?
He says on nights like this one, I'll listen for a bird.
Okay. I guess that's good enough. All right. Well, hopefully this is worth it. I'll wish him a good night, and I'll cast a second casting of Raven's Flight and fly back out the window. Land next to
Alright, you do.
Caleb, who's probably sitting there like, I'm bored.
Oh, what took you so long? I'm sitting here. I'm intimidating a bug that I found.
Yeah.
All right.
Seeing if
I'm
I can
like-
make it squirm.
I'm like, I think that, like a barefoot Amon shows up. He's wearing his socks. He's like, I think that went well.
Where'd your shoes go?
Don't worry about it. And
Okay.
yeah, no, I'll explain that as we're heading back that I
You
secured
gave
an
him some
alliance.
stuff.
I had to give him some magic equipment, including my boots. But I think it was
Yeah,
worth
but in
it.
exchange for information as well, it seems like it's probably worth it.
Hopefully, it's good information. He didn't give me that yet.
I see. Well, I leave you to the dealing. I'm just here to make sure he follows through.
And then, yeah, that's all I have for tonight. This
Don't tell Caleb that bugs are vermin and vermin are mindless, therefore they cannot be intimidated.
yeah, he doesn't need to know.
Well, I'm practicing on bugs. That's how I got so good, you see, because I can never seem to do it. That's
He
my
needs to
secret.
he needs to take that one like this. I can't remember if it's like a mesmerist thing you can do or something where you can intimidate mindless creatures. I know there's a spell that lets you do it too.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
sounds good actually for my build, but
you have to
I'm about
multi-class though,
multi-classing
again. Yeah.
even more.
Yeah, kind of sketchy. All right. So yeah,
Cool.
Amon will probably, eventually
We'll
head
split
back
up when
to-
you head to your house,
yeah,
and I'll
he'll
head to the.
go back home. You heading to Lucky
All right,
Bones,
you
or
do
you
that.
staying at the coffee house still?
Probably Lucky Bones. I think I would have moved
You'll
my
get
stuff
there
over there by
probably.
now.
You'll probably get there just as Barry and Leon are coming back.
Yeah, I can tell them the tale of what you told me, of what transpired,
Yeah.
and how I was bored. Like half the story is like me talking about things I was doing, like nothings I was doing while waiting, and then the other half is like, oh yeah, and Amon made this deal to get support and information and gave away some stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
He sounded like it was a good deal, so
I think tomorrow I want to go talk to Markel, which also means I'll probably see Sargetta while I'm there and see if he's angry. So that should be fun.
We should go and see that one lady. Do we have a list of the names that we can easily access? Cause
I have one.
the first name on the list starts with an A. Freedom learned about her.
You're talking
She's
about-
Noble family?
into the opera and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Abra is the
Yeah.
first
You're
name.
talking
We
about
should-
Belcara, maybe?
No, it starts with an A.
Hmm.
Is it a?
You're talking
No,
about
not
Archbaroness Eldana Alamoxa.
Yeah. We should take an opportunity at some point to talk to her.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I see her. She's the one that's
It's here now.
yeah. She's the one that likes gossiping and has a poodle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is.
And
Yeah.
she's
So it's
probably
on her
upset the
beloved
opera
and
house has been
aggressive.
shut down.
Hard kill.
Probably, yeah. Maybe she would have information about where what's her name? The opera
Shenson.
Shenson. Yeah, maybe she knows where
Yeah.
Shenson is. Or has
Or if we
information
tell
about
her
Shenson.
that we're trying to rescue them and that we suspect Thrun is behind their disappearance, we may.
You're really
be
quiet.
even more on. She may be even more on our side. Ah, there we go.
There you
Is that better?
Yeah, a little better.
Yeah, and since we could tell her that we suspect that Thrun is behind her disappearance, and that might even sour her more against Barzillai.
Yeah, I mean, Freedom could go try to solo that, or you could just wait till the next day. It's up to you.
I mean, I could, but it's not my agenda to do things by myself.
Right, I think it was just in the
Okay.
interest of fairness, since everyone, or a couple of us,
Right, I
had
was just giving you an offer.
had
We
our own
all, we
sort
kind
of
of all,
solo thing.
we all did our own solo thing. Besides Caleb,
Yeah, I'm not
intimidating a
like
bug aside.
politically
Hey, I still
talking
want to
kind
hear
of
about my
player,
mid-plant.
so I don't know what I
That's
would
fair.
say.
Hey,
Other
just wing it.
than
That's what I did.
yeah.
But yeah,
No.
if you don't, that's fine.
No, you guys
I'm
are
not gonna
like
force you.
conversationally more attuned to conversations, and I'm more attuned to, hey, I have a high diplomacy, but I don't know what to say. So, I don't know. If you guys
Yeah, that's
have
fair.
things that you want to say specifically, then absolutely come. Other than that, I'm probably going to keep it short.
I'll go with you on the next day, because if you're planning to talk and try to schmooze people, I'll make sure to prepare some extracts that make that even more likelihood to succeed.
Yeah. So I
Sure.
think it sounds like we could probably actually push it to the next day now.
Yeah.
You could just hit the button to
Alright.
reset my spells.
Works for me.
It's the start of the next week.
You grow those plants.
Yay! Thanks for the boutons.
Huzzah. He did it! He did the thing! Yeah!
Alright.
Make way demands both Coffee and Leon to take your measurements.
Yep.
Alright.
I will introduce Makeway to Freedom if he is amicable to that, saying that I found him a tailor, a personal tailor.
Do I have to pay this tailor?
No, I've already taken care of that. He is on my payroll.
Oh, well then, thanks, Leon.
But of course, it is a service for everyone. I thought that, since we are planning to go to another fancy party, we cannot wear the same thing twice, even though it is different cities.
Haha. I didn't know you were so civilized.
Yeah, I have many different faces, mon capitan. And I'll introduce him to Makeway.
Yeah.
That guy looks familiar.
Make way makes your acquaintance.
Have I met you before?
He remembers you. Yeah. He can't
Does
forget your
Freedom
face.
remember him?
You look like you take care of yourself.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, great. I fancy silks the most, but if you can't work with silks, then that's fine.
I think someone like you is more suited towards satin.
Um,
I've got ideas for satin.
You know, I don't have a satin outfit yet.
Well, he plans to go into the markets later.
Oh.
Stretch his legs.
Yeah. If when Mon shows up, he'll definitely recognize him, probably, because Mon has
Yeah.
fucking photographic memory. Never forgets a face.
Never.
he'll,
Winchella's also enjoying her morning, just kind of.
Yeah,
Not
he'll
doing
like pull
anything in
Leon
particular.
aside and be like, "Okay, what happened here? What did you do?"
Pourquoi? Just
He's
acting
gonna like
innocent.
play dumb, like I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, is this gonna be a problem when I'm about to head over to Sarjetta's boat. I gotta talk with Markel. Is this gonna be a problem?
Ah, speaking of boats, here you go, Joist. And I hand you back the folding boat.
Okay. I'll put it back in my handy haversack.
Have a good tea time with the captain. I just kind of hustle and bustle you, avoiding your questions.
Yeah. I'm like, it's probably better if I don't know, because he's gonna ask me about it.
You didn't see anything here. Oh,
Okay.
but I do pass him on an extract. Say, why don't you drink this before speaking with the captain? And it's one of those focused scrutiny extracts.
Okay. I don't remember. Does that give me like a bonus to bluff too or something?
Not to bluff, but sense motive, perception,
Okay.
diplomacy, and intimidate.
Well, I'm mostly going to talk to Markel, but all right, just in case Sarjetta freaks out on me or something, I guess this might help me talk him down or something.
Right, like if Sarjetta accosts you, like he's the one you'll probably want to drink that for.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of Amon's agenda for the day. Is he wants to go talk to Markel, and he'll let you know as well. Like I made a deal with the Aurelians, with Oxus. Just part of why I want to go
Sweet
talk
home.
to Markel.
Okay.
We do share a memory
Yeah,
with
that'd be
him.
good. Mm-hmm.
Is Leon the only one coming with me then?
Were you heading
Unless
to
anybody else wants to.
All Moxes? I mean, if you want me
Yeah.
to go, if you want to wait for me to go talk to or come with me, Leon probably shouldn't. Shouldn't come with me to Sarjetta's boat, but if you want to wait for me to do that or
Oh,
come with me
Whatever
first,
do you mean?
I'll go with. Otherwise, we can split up. I'm fine with that. You guys can handle that, and I'll go talk to Markel. I'm
I
cool with
mean,
that.
anything we get from Markel, I don't think it'll benefit me in the
We're not getting
conversation
anything
with
from Markel.
her. So yeah,
Let's
so
split the party.
yeah, I'll just
All right, I'll go talk to Markel. You guys go
I'll
talk
go with
to.
you to Markel if you want.
Yeah, you should go with them.
Or do you
I'm
want
not
to do
gonna.
that? Okay.
I'm literally just gonna go talk to Markel and give him a message from his dad. Like that's it.
Yep. Well, you know where to, or you can contact us probably in some way if you need us.
Sure. If you guys run into trouble, I'll catch up with you.
No, I meant if you'd have trouble, but sure.
uh,
Oh, I'll be fine.
We'll be fine. They have me.
oh God.
So yeah, I'm gonna go to Sarjetta's boat. I don't know if we want to do that now or if you wanna. I know we just had me do a thing, so wanna save that for later. We can do I'll box a thing first.
Whichever you guys want to do.
Well, I'm fine with charging ahead with Alamoxa.
Yep, let's go.
All right.
Okay.
Do we
We'll see if
do we
she's
know
available.
do we know where she is?
Nope.
You guys know where you would go to, yeah, to get in contact with that
Like you know
family.
where Manor is.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys have like during the time that you've gathered this information, like that's part of like what you've learned.
Gotcha. I'll hand Freedom a flask and say, when you see Alamoxa, take a drink of this. And it is a little less suspicious than one of these, like gesturing to a vial.
What are you handing me?
This will, I gave the same thing to Aman. It will help you sway her to our side. I know that you already have a lot of natural charisma, but this will help sweeten the deal.
Yeah, but what is it? What are you handing me?
So wait, you give this to Amon before we split up?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he can drink it at any time. It doesn't start ticking down. And this is focused scrutiny. It gives you a +10 bonus on perception, sense motive, and survival checks against the person that you see when you drink it, and a +5 bonus on diplomacy and intimidate checks.
So they will see me drink it.
I mean, if they're looking away, they won't see you, but if they're looking at you, they'll see you like maybe take a swig from a flask, which is why I handed it to you, just so, because you seemed pretty trepidatious about taking something at the dinner party. That's why he's giving you a flask this time.
Okay. Yeah. Freedom just finds it rude to use magic in front of people when, it's rude.
Right. He'll probably feed you a couple of other extracts beforehand. Those won't need to be taken before we actually go in, like a heightened awareness and a perceived cues, just to give you even more buffs to your knowledges,
You
just
know,
in
Liam,
case we need them, sense motive.
not everybody's out to get you. You don't always have to drink all these potions every time you meet up with somebody.
Well,
He's like, oh, nonsense.
first impressions being what they are. This is a delicate situation. Best to take all the precautions necessary to ensure the survival and the freedom of Gindargo, no?
Aw. I'm pretty sure all you have to do is talk about the opera house and she's gonna like you.
Hmm. Hmm. So I'll give a heightened awareness to myself and freedom, and if Caleb is coming with us, I can hand him one too if he's interested.
Yeah, I'm going with you. I don't know if I need to. If you want me to intimidate someone, then yeah, sure, I can do it.
No intimidating.
They might have
Well,
to.
does do either Freedom or Caleb have knowledge nobility? I know Caleb does.
Of course I do.
I just imagine it starts looking like she
Nope.
might not be so keen on supporting us, and then he's like, all right. He rolls up his sleeves and goes over. He's like, I'm gonna intimidate her. We're like, no, don't do
Sure.
it. It'd be like that time that in Mantis's game where he tried to cast Dominate Person against against the high level wizard that we were trying to get to help us.
Yeah.
Oh no, you
It was
can't.
close.
You can't
That was
cast mind
hilarious.
control stuff against Mantis's stuff. I learned that. I already learned that. Charlotte
not
was
an
so
important NPC.
useless. Yeah.
All right, then.
I think he rolled it in the open.
I think he did, but there was
His characters just always have really high.
It was
yeah.
very unlikely to succeed, but yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
It's so unlikely that the players will be able to succeed.
You might as well just
at,
blast.
like trying to change the direction of like his NPCs and like where they're going on the story train is next to impossible.
I don't know. I feel like we're a little harsh on.
A little bit.
Oh no,
but
we're
I
just
know we
making
are.
fun.
There's some truth to it.
Yeah,
There's some truth.
there's a kernel
sure.
of truth in there for sure, but yeah.
More
Sounds
like a
like he
corporal
runs
of
his
truth.
games like an iron fist. Sticks
No!
to what he wants, and
Nah, we're
His
kind of like I said,
monsters
we're
are
being
usually
really harsh
just
on him,
really high saves. That's usually really it, honestly.
but he definitely has
Trust
like
me.
there's definitely like a narrative that he's
Yeah,
going for.
He sticks
and,
very closely to the narrative.
yeah.
Ah.
Which is fine.
Trust me when I say I thought I had him when I animated these pillars to try and blast his monk
That
into
was-
space.
That was so funny.
Yeah, that was the monk that had like 50 AC or whatever.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
The guy that could
pretty dumb.
basically save the world himself. He was Superman.
Yeah, we're like, why are we doing any of this? Why isn't he doing it instead? But I will say this much: we still talk about that fight, so
True.
We do.
Yeah, it's memorable. That's true.
yeah.
Despite that, my character did effectively influence the world so much that it spawned a new game.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's
Yep,
true.
true.
Anyway,
All right.
Alright, yeah, you guys are gonna go to Alamoxa Estate.
Yes.
Yep. I'm gonna go with the drink since Amon's not going for this one.
I hope you're getting a monster to drink.
Gross.
Barry's just gonna sit back at the
I've been saving that one for so
Lucky
long.
Bones.
And we'll continue to gloss over it.
That I
Can't
came
see
up
the
with that one
target.
like session 1. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, no, it keeps coming
Isn't that
back.
what everyone does? Is come up with puns on session 1 for people's names?
Maybe.
No.
Okay, so you guys make your way to Alamoxa Estate. How do you introduce yourselves? Assume that you're talking to like their help first.
I introduce myself as someone interested in the arts and would like to speak with a fellow opera lover.
Yeah, I don't introduce myself. I'm just like, I'm with them.
I'll also introduce myself as an artist. Because he does consider himself.
They tell you while Baroness Alamoxa does like to talk with other artists and thespians that she does have things that she needs to do. Perhaps we can schedule, you know, a formal meeting with her, perhaps over lunch. Sometime.
Even better. Yes, how do we do that? Now we can be formal.
They'll ask you for your names and your professions.
Oh. Okay, well, I give them my name and my profession. There's no sense lying now. Or ever, honestly.
What do you list as your profession?
Freedom.
Yeah.
I'm Freedom, and my profession is also Freedom.
No,
Yeah,
my
fits.
profession is I'm a runway model.
That's
Okay.
right.
All I can think of is like Spartans. What is your profession? So
Bakers.
that's what
Yeah, they want to be
Caleb
big.
says.
He's new to society.
Actually, I'm glad Amon didn't go because he wants to be anonymous.
He's new to society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to be anonymous.
All right. They tell you that they'll see if they'll see you for, you know, lunch in the middle of the week. on
So
Wednesday.
I tell them that
Oh.
like they don't have a way to contact us because I'm not gonna give them my address. So I'm gonna give them a silver raven and just tell them to use that to contact me.
Oh wow.
My goodness, this is rather
Are you
valuable.
sure that's a good
looking.
idea?
You say that we can contact you with this?
Yes.
Why don't you just have them send word to somewhere,
We
like
don't
with a
have a
messenger.
somewhere. I don't have a somewhere.
The museum or the coffee house or.
They ask you how
I mean, you
you're
can do what you
supposed to
want, but I wouldn't
contact
give
you with
away the
this.
Raven.
You just have the Raven turn into a bird and fly. You might have to show them how to use it.
Yeah, I'll show him how to use it. Give him the trigger word and.
Okay, so the Raven does need to go somewhere. Do you tell them where they can send the Raven?
Yeah, the Raven will go to, I guess the museum, because I don't want it to be any of our two, like, main hideouts, the coffee
Sure.
house or Lucky Pond. So, yeah, the museum.
Okay, they look at you puzzlingly, and they agree.
I thought about doing this with Oxus as well, actually, about giving him
Yeah.
a Raven and being like, use this to contact me.
Well, it might give her a sense of, like, importance and gossip curiosity, like, ooh.
Maybe?
Oh yeah,
You know?
I think so. I think it's a good call.
Yeah, I think so too. Hopefully she'll see that and will immediately want to speak with us. That way all the potions that everyone swallowed don't go to waste, but we'll see.
Yeah, maybe another day. But I'll have like one of our teams or the Fushi sisters or somebody like keep eye on the museum for an incoming Raven.
Okay. They'll do that. Do you guys do anything else, or do you depart?
I guess we leave since we
Oh.
can't talk to her now. I don't break into
Well,
windows.
I'll
I
ask-
could though, but
I take offense to that, but yeah. Why don't we stay here for just a moment? You presenting that Silver Raven freedom, words of our deeds have spread, and perhaps she may be so intrigued by our presentation of that, she may want to speak to us immediately. We
maybe.
could find a nice shady spot. Maybe you can practice your runway skills. If any servants are looking out to test the story, I don't know.
Practice? I don't practice, but if you want to watch me strut, I'll strut for you.
Uh, that's okay. It's not for my own enjoyment, but you go ahead and do that. I will look at my formula book. And I'll find a nearby place where we're still like in view of the doorstep. Sit down, but just kind of constantly out of the side of my eye. Look at the doorway to see if anybody's looking out.
You're just gonna spy on the front door?
He's hoping she's gonna
Well,
come
yeah,
out right away.
or a servant or something to
Oh,
see if like
Okay, so give
Don't
me...
get creepy.
How long
dude.
do you stay there?
I don't
I
stay
mean, I'll
there
probably stay there.
because I'll be visible. I mean, I'll walk to the side of the street, but not like I'm not gonna be on her property.
Okay.
Right, like I'm gonna be like a respectful distance away. I'm not like hiding behind like a corner or anything. I'm in plain view.
Okay, well, how long are you staying there?
Well, since we drank our stuff like just a little bit beforehand, and I know that they last 70 minutes, I'll stay there for like maybe an hour or just
Okay, give me a
hour and
perception
10
check.
minutes. All right. Since I got heightened awareness going.
Okay.
Do you need perceptions from
Well, I mean, you're
either
the only one
Caleb or
that's, like,
Freedom?
staying out there. That's looking around, right?
I guess that's true.
Okay, so... Okay. Let me go check something real quick. What is the stats on this thing? Okay. Okay. Then an hour later, you see a silver raven taking off from the Alamoxa estate.
Ooh.
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 Good thing ravens don't actually have any
And-
points in stealth, otherwise you
And it
wouldn't have
looks
seen
like it's. That's true.
They're just tiny and kind of naturally hard to detect.
Ah, Merveilleux. I say triumphantly to myself. And I'll inform the others if they, waited there, what I saw.
Okay.
Okay.
Or were they going to the museum?
We
I don't know,
should
are
go see at least what she said in the Raven, because she might just be like, fuck off, so.
Like
I
a,
use this raven to deliver a message of fuck off.
I mean, I would if I had a Raven to do so.
If somebody gave you like a magic raven to communicate with them, you'd use it to communicate with them and tell them to fuck off.
If
That's
I didn't
pretty
want to
funny.
talk to him, yeah.
Yeah.
how far
Seems
away
legit.
is how far away is the place, the
Museum?
museum?
I mean, you've got time.
It's in the town.
Okay. I was just wondering, like, if it would be quicker for me to, like, run over there with a potion of expeditious retreat, listen to the message, and come back and hopefully still have, like, the extracts remaining time still going on Caleb and Freedom. I'll...
I mean, those may or may not come into play here.
Okay, that's fine. I'm getting too involved in the minutia of this and bonuses. All right. So I guess we'll all go together to the museum.
All right, you do that. You guys find the silver raven. It's perched somewhere, discreet,
All right.
Alright. I
and it does
checked
look
the
like it has
message.
it's bearing a message.
You have one new message.
First unheard message.
Fuck off!
Yeah.
End of messages.
Uh,
All right, you check the message, and I'll give it to you in just a moment.
All right. Oh man, I kind of miss answering message machines.
Well, I still get to
Nice.
One
hear
time.
them.
oh yeah, when you call like
Mm.
old people's houses,
Yeah.
Yeah,
let them know about their bill being overdue or
but
whatever.
yeah. One time, my mom, she was calling home and she was driving and somebody pulled out in front of her and she like honked the horn and said, "Use your blinker, jerk." And then when I heard her record that, and so when we got home, I was like, "Oh God, please be there!" And I pressed play, and there it was, and I was just doubling up laughing. It just kept on playing it over and over. And then she walked in like, "What are you listening to?" And oh, I think she even
Uh,
swore too. Which when you're that age and you hear your parents swear, you're
yeah,
like,
that's like the funniest thing ever.
"Oh my
Yeah.
God!" Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and refill any kind of drinks or refreshments you guys have. Yeah,
Alrighty.
give me a couple minutes.
Time to get wasted.
Oh, yeah. Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Sidurium's hardly a kid.
Hey, I'm a kid at heart.
There's... So, let's see. There's faded, crossfaded, shwasted. God,
You know
I'm
these
so
things?
2000 and late.
I guess you're supposed to. You're an actor.
I've
You need to know
heard of
things.
them. Oh, well, thank you. Is that something that Matt said told of my exploits as an actor? Or maybe I did and I just don't remember. Being an actor, being so involved in the sins of drug abuse. One of my cocaine sprees.
Oh my god.
Cocaine sucks. It's all about meth.
That's right.
It
All
lasts
uppers.
longer. It's stronger.
That
It's
that's
cheaper.
a very Southern Oregon thing to say.
I know, right?
Get that blue glass.
Meth capital.
Oh god, so it's no longer
I grew up in Missouri. Yeah,
Arizona?
Missouri's the
There's a
meth
lot of
capital.
There's a lot of meth capitals
No.
in the world.
Yeah, but at some point, the United States actually considered Oregon to be a crisis of meth.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Missouri's the #1 meth producing state.
Maybe now, but like in the 90s, Oregon was like, it was it. Even in the 2000s, honestly.
Flexing on our
No, apparently,
debilitating
We're the true
addiction.
in
meth-
2018, the meth capital of the U.S. was Michigan.
Ooh, shit, what Michigan do? Fuck.
I don't know.
Detroit.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
guess.
Oh.
I guess
That's
that's
a
just
lot
it.
right there.
That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
This must be some message.
Well, maybe we hit a keystone and there's gonna be a lot of dominoes falling after this.
Oh, lol.
We're heading towards the bad ending, folks. Grab hands and kiss your bum goodbye.
Alright, here's your note.
Alright.
Oh, damn. House Olamaxa is most delighted to speak with the Silver Ravens. I, Archbaroness Olamaxa, desire to see you prove yourself as saviors of Cantargo, so indulge me in a simple show of skill. Sing to me with talent worthy of the opera stage, impress my family and their love for hunting, or deftly handle your notoriety. I like it. Sounds like a lot of things that can be enhanced with extracts.
Her
So,
feelings.
yeah,
anybody
you
who's
have
performed sing.
She's asking for 3 things and a choice among these
Yeah.
3 things.
Mm-hmm.
Either you impress the Archbaroness with your skill at hunting, singing, or the last part is what she's telling you is that she wants you to, mechanically speaking, reduce your notoriety by a significant amount within a week.
She wants me to go into hiding?
Reduce our notoriety? That's
Oh,
weird.
no.
I would think that she'd want us to become more notorious to
Not
prove how
exactly
amazing
go
we
into
are.
hiding, but to exist as you are, as open saviors of Kintargo, while, throwing Thrun's suspicions off of you.
Okay, so just
We
be
would
not
have to
so
She wants to see how
operate
you
outlandish,
handle
less,
yourself.
yeah.
a little more stealth.
What do we have coming
Not
up next
like
week,
less,
though?
but with more tact. She
Do we have
wants to see how
anything
tactful you are.
coming up?
I feel like we've been very tactful in this campaign.
Some of
Yeah.
us.
Most of us, yeah.
Yeah, Caleb especially has
Remember,
been very tactful.
You can choose
Uh-huh.
one
Or
of these
tactical.
options.
One of those.
Or if we want to be overachievers, we could do both.
Yeah, you can do all 3.
Yeah. True. I don't sing, but I will sing to her. If that's what she wants.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody
But
in our
he
party
said
sings,
worthy of opera. So I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Phantom
Yeah,
of the Opera.
if we had somebody in the party perform sing,
I can do that.
but I don't know if we actually have anybody that has ranks in singing. In this
I mean, if we
particular
can
party.
find the diva, then bring her.
If that was my alt character.
That's true, actually. If we could find her and have her join the rebellion, that probably would solve it.
How about IRL singing? Does
You
that
should
count?
go ask your tailor
Yeah.
friend if he sings as well.
You good?
Like if it's hunting, I do feel like I could assist with that because I do have.
You'd
a little
think
bit
I'd
of
be good at
ranks in
hunting,
survival,
but
and I know
I
how to increase that.
always worked on the farm. I only know how to hunt Fae with my scythe.
I can perhaps take her up on joining them on the hunt.
So let's try not to get involved in too many freedom fighting for a week or so. And I mean, get involved, but like conduct ourselves, I guess, more on the down low. Freedom's confused on how to do that. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Well, if you guys do want to actively decrease your notoriety, you do have
Yes.
a team that is capable of that. Because you guys did level up a couple of them from the week before. One of them being your team of advisors. Your street performers are now rumor mongers, and they can take the action to spread disinformation within Kintargo about the rebellion. And that will actively decrease your notoriety.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm cool with putting it in one of our team's hands.
Yeah. Okay. If we have a team available right now.
Yeah, your mockingbirds, I believe that's what they're called.
Well, that's excellent.
Yep, they grant the actions, gather information, and spread disinformation.
All right. So that's got like a week timer on that action.
Well, they'll do that for the week.
Gotcha. So presumably by the end of the week, we'll get a response from Alamoxa as to whether or not we've piqued her uh, attention, her interest.
Yeah. And this
Okay.
team is led by the tiefling contact that Leon has.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll stay updated on those machinations whenever they come to fruition.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else that you guys do?
No.
Not much, just getting into contact with Hedemon or somebody at the Devil's Threads to, get materials to make way and make sure that Winchell is, the kitchen is well stocked for her.
Did Mon go and talk to Markel?
We have
Yeah,
not
we
done
just
that
haven't
yet.
done that yet. But I am going to talk to Markel.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to detour to that real fast, like we can.
Works
Sure.
for me.
I might meet up with everyone else after that anyway. So yeah, I'm head to Sargetta's boat. Hopefully Sargetta's not like in a pissy mood about stuff that happened. I don't know though. He might not actually mind that much. But yeah, I'll show up there and tell them here to see Markel.
Okay. You do learn once you're there and on the ship after talking with some of the sailors that the captain is in a mood.
Okay.
But Markel does speak with you.
Okay. Well, this might just be really easy then, if I just don't have to talk to Sargetta. Yeah,
No,
I'll let him
Markel
know
tells you that Cassius is in a mood right now.
Uh-huh.
Right now, so he's letting him, he's
Okay.
letting him do his things.
So yeah, I'll let him know that I spoke with his father about a couple things. Some of it was Silver Raven business, but some of it was more personal.
Go on.
And he had a message for you, but I'm going to deliver it to you as he gave it, and I'm going to offer to cast Share Memory on him, so that he can just basically see the interaction, basically.
He'll tell you himself.
Mm-hmm.
He says like, "Oh, this will be rich," when you tell him that you're gonna give him a message, but he doesn't feel like actually seeing his father, so he declines having a memory shared with him. He tells you that you can impersonate his father.
But I
Well,
expect
that's not what I
full
was here to do.
acting.
But if you don't want that, then I'll just tell you that he did seem genuine when he said that he hopes that you're happy.
He's told me that many times before. He's told me that I'll be happier once he gets his contacts in order, And he points to his withered arm, because if you guys remember,
I
Yeah.
remember,
Markel
yeah.
does have a bad-looking arm.
Hmm.
This one.
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Markel says that, yeah, he always said that I'd be okay and I'd be happier once we fix my arm. And yeah, that never happened.
Well, for what it's worth, I told him that this was the last interaction I was going to have with him involving this matter, and that I considered it resolved.
Good.
And I'm going to roll a sense mode to see if just to make sure, like, he doesn't seem like he has any reservations or anything about it, right?
No.
Okay, cool. I'm unsatisfied with that then.
Okay.
But he will also, he says he'll be speaking with him again. He said that your father said he had some sort of dirt on Brazilite Thrune that he was offering to us. Um, so if there is anything you want me to relay to your father, I can. But if not, then I understand.
He shakes his head that he doesn't like to get involved in his father's business. Emphasis
All
on
right,
business.
that's fair. Okay,
But that he should prove useful to you.
hopefully, but
He is savvy with the people he does do business with.
all right. I think that's all I really wanted to do.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I'm not gonna press the matter about bugging Sargetta. I was actually gonna, if I did interact with him, I was actually just gonna offer one of our favors to just drop the matter about about the freed slaves. But if I don't have to interact with them, I'm not gonna bring it up. Maybe you'll just.
Well, his
So I'll just.
lieutenant does say, "Oh, good, it's you. Welcome aboard." You know, funny
Yep.
that
I
you
was
are
just.
here, but I think the captain would like to speak with you.
Oh God. All right. Very well. I'll go speak with the captain. I think I know what it's
Do you say
about.
"Oh God" like that out loud?
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. I think I know what it's about. I'll go. I'll go talk with him.
All right, yeah, she escorts you, and she says that she appreciates that you're cooperative.
Why were you gonna try to arrest me otherwise?
We don't do that here. We don't arrest people.
All right. I'll just the same. I don't want to find out if you're telling the truth or not. So
In all matters concerning our captain, attendance is compulsory, she said.
yeah.
And you seem to know that.
Well, I'm not part of the ship's crew, but I guess I'm on the ship, so that's fair.
Okay, yep, she guides you to his room where there's very loud violin playing coming from his room.
Okay.
Oh, so many tattles.
And the yeah, when you go in, he's there smoking a cigar, and the halfling is like playing his best.
Yeah.
It's a very somber tune.
Oh.
Yep. I'll come in and say good morning, or morning at the very least. Suppose you may not be fancy it as good.
He he puffs on his cigar and he holds up his hand so the halfling stops playing. And he asks you, where are they?
Um, I'm assuming that this has something to do with what Leon was up to.
Just throw him under the bus. It's fine. It's
That
Wait,
doesn't
did you
sound like
say
anybody
Leon
I know.
outlined?
One of
I
my
just want to know where Makeway and um Winchell are.
one of my associates seems to have taken them under his wing. They're currently at the hideout of Silver Ravens. I'll just straight up tell him. I don't mind. Like I said, I'm planning to just offer him a favor if he needs it.
So they're in your care now.
Correct. I think our gnome friend Leon took it upon himself to free them. Yeah.
He says that he knows that his his loyal violinist
Yeah, I
told
already
him.
sold him out. I figured. Yeah. I can assure you that I had no knowledge of this. Otherwise, I would have advised Leon against carrying out this sort of plan.
Well, you tell your friend that he has succeeded in inconveniencing me. I will have to look to someone else to prepare some of my meals and to tailor my clothes.
Yeah, unfortunately. These times inconvenience us all.
So I'll just keep matters simple then, and we'll draw up the papers.
What papers? What are you talking about?
the court
You're
papers, of
purchasing my
course.
slaves, are you not?
Oh, I'm not involved with this. In fact, I would like to use one of the favors that you owe us to merely drop this, consider it a settled matter.
He takes a puff of his cigar, um, puts it out with his hand, and puts it in the
Oh.
ashtray. Puts his hand out to you. It says, "Done."
Oh,
Okay. I'll take his hand, shake it. And I'll say, I assure you all to advise my co-worker against further
Colleagues.
discussions like this. My colleagues against further discussions like this. Hopefully this won't damage our um fuck, what's the word I'm looking for?
Reputation?
Our
Hopefully
working
this won't-
relationship.
Yeah, our
Reputation?
working relationship. That's kind of what I was looking for. Hopefully this won't damage our relationship going forward.
He assures you that you guys have already brought him the most precious thing in the most precious person in the world to him, and for that you still have his thanks.
Okay.
well, that's good.
So I think we're down to like 5 favors now, right? Or 4 maybe. I don't remember how many. I've used at least 2.
He's still disappointed because he had grown
Yeah.
accustomed to their presence.
Yeah. I don't feel too bad because I mean they were still
But
slaves. But
yeah,
yeah.
he says that, well, they're your problem and responsibility now.
Well, not mine specifically, but yeah, point taken. I'll make sure that Leon takes good care of them.
Turns out they were real troublemakers.
I mean, one of them definitely is. The tailor, he definitely is a troublemaker. That'll be all. I got some other business to attend to.
Yeah, he waves you off.
Okay. I think that went pretty well. I'll apologize to Elia. Sorry for, my compatriot making your captain mad.
You move to apologize to her, and then Dear Sister starts playing as she shoots you.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Are you guys
Rip
familiar
them
with
off.
that? Dear
No.
Sister. By the time you read this, I'll already be dead.
Oh.
It
Don't
was
know.
that stupid SNL skit.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch SNL. They're outdated.
With Andy Samberg, you know what I'm talking about? And God, what's his name? I might as well go find it.
Uh.
And you guys can watch it on your own. There you go. Did it link it?
Ooh, what you
Alright.
say?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that one.
All that you want. Yeah. Bill
Oh,
Hader.
okay.
Alright, but yeah, no, they see you off the ship. But that was very funny. That's the image I had in my head that he goes to, like, alright, thanks, and then
Yeah.
with Sargetta's like the Andy Samberg's face when he stares at Bill Hader.
Lonely Island. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Alright.
All right. After that, I'll go up and try to like figure out where. Well, I'll probably just head back to the Lucky Bones, I guess.
Alright, you do.
And then if the rest of the party ends up ever heading back there, they'll find them on there, I suppose. Maybe I'll do some crafting while I'm there.
Alright. So what do you guys do? You guys have something that you can do for. Or actually, you guys are already doing that, right? You're setting your team to reduce your notoriety throughout the city, so you're kind of already taking care of the Alamoxa request.
Right.
Do you guys do anything else for the day, or have plans for the next days?
I guess just getting things in order for when we go out of the city again.
Right,
To
where
try
are you
and,
going?
blow up
We're
that
gonna go
fort.
to the fort and
Yeah,
find the
Vanguard
anvil of
Keep.
unmaking. I don't know this to anything more specific than that, but I know something about using the anvil of unmaking to collapse the pass so that Brazili Thrune can't call reinforcements from like the capital or whatnot, like from other parts of Cheliax. It's like the pass that leads to Kintargo. So if we
Yeah.
collapse that, then if it comes down to like like a fight, well, they'll give us an advantage. I'm kind of hoping
Right,
it
you guys
doesn't.
do know
but-
some things, kind of a little bit about the history there, huh? But
Yeah.
yeah, you guys could try and get more information on Menador Keep. You guys do know it's a 220-mile trek from Kintargo to this keep. So it takes a little bit of travel.
Okay.
We can't take the boat there this time either, right? It's overland.
Yeah. Welcome back, Drew.
Yeah. I'm putting the folding boat into the party sheet so that Amon can grab
Oh
it.
yeah, I
since
can
he
put it back
was
in my
the
sheet.
holder of it.
Sure. No, my trident and the boots of levitation are still in the party sheet too. I don't know if you just want to like delete those or what we're doing with those, but I guess I could put them back in my sheet and delete them that way. But meh, whatever. I gave them away. They're Matt's problem now. I gave them back to you.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are satisfied with what you know about Menador Keep, then at any time you want, you guys can plan or start your expedition there.
We haven't heard anything about when this like opera party or whatever's happening, right? That
You
Braslike
haven't
room was
heard
throw.
yet, but the rumors around the town are growing increasingly. They're leaning towards that this is something that is going to happen.
Yeah. Well, because I don't want to be out of town when it does happen. So
Well, as far as meta
I-
knowledge goes, I feel like it won't happen until we actually come back from the keep.
sure, but Amon doesn't have that meta knowledge, so he's like worried about that. It's like,
Right.
I don't want to be gone
I mean,
when it happens.
well, yeah.
But yeah, obviously it probably doesn't happen until you get back.
Well, if you want some in-character reasons, Leon might tell you that perhaps Barzillai is putting on this whole opera party, like partially for our benefit to potentially draw us out. So, since he's likely
Probably.
keeping tabs on us, if word gets to him that, we're out of town, he's probably not going to throw the opera party.
Maybe,
Well, some
yeah.
people are saying now that it's they think it's going to happen on the last was it
The last day of Erodus?
not the last day of Eridus, but God, what is this day called?
The last day of Rova?
I wish it would
Amadeus.
just tell me.
The last day of
Day
Lomission?
is it Star Day? Whatever the Saturday of the
Yeah,
week is.
that's started.
Star Day. Yeah, it's gonna happen on the last Star Day of the month. So that would be the 26th.
So,
Huh, okay.
could we get to... Could we go 500 miles in 2 weeks? And do stuff in between?
Yeah.
Is that 500 miles round trip?
Yeah.
Yeah, round trip.
Because you said it was like 260 miles or whatever to get to the fort. So it's a little bit more than 500. But...
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that works for me.
I mean, how many miles could you cover in one day? Like, maybe even like on horseback.
I don't know if that was the question, but I'm cool with us doing that. All right.
I think we could, because I mean, out of character knowledge, I'm sure we'll level maybe, get more better
You guys
spells.
are close
But
to
yeah,
leveling.
actually,
you can
level
get
nine,
teleport.
level 9. I don't know if we'll make it to level 9. which is where I get the access to next tier spells, but
Dang, what's going on?
It's just
Keep lagging
the
out.
Yeah, I mean,
internet.
you can move like so with like a horse, you can move like 30 miles a day, I guess.
Yeah.
About. So
I
let's
think it
think
depends
about
on the
this.
terrain. Like, if you're on a road, you should be able to go a lot further than that on a
Well,
horse.
I'm just looking at like a table for overland travel, and they say about
Oh,
30 to
okay.
40 miles, depending on what type of horse you have. Assuming light horses and ponies, it's like 30
I
miles.
mean, you can walk like 3 miles an hour, and if you're going for 10 hours, like, you can walk 30 miles in a day easy.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually
So I don't know
like
what that table is about with
traveling
horses.
distance rules and everything like that, because there's also
Well-
marching rules, oddly enough.
Yeah, on the table they have on here, they're having for like on a horse traveling about 3.5 miles an hour as well.
You gotta
being
keep
able
in
to get about
mind,
30 miles a day.
yeah, they don't. The tables aren't
And
like
that's-
you're walking the whole like 24 hours. It's
Right, that's the
usually
thing.
like
They're
a-
not right. They're
Yeah.
assuming
yeah,
you're
no,
only
I was-
walking about 8 hours a day.
Probably an 8-hour
Okay,
workday.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you're only going 8 hours, yeah.
Because you're gonna stop for food and bathroom.
If you walk more than that, you make a Constitution check,
That's
and
it.
if you
Yeah.
fail, you take non-lethal damage.
But you
Yeah,
can
that's
get
fine.
like a
I mean,
marching
non-lethal.
feat or something that allows you to just keep marching. I saw it the other day.
Yeah,
I was
but I
like, "What
mean-
is this crap?" Like,
Yeah, you're not
This-
going to use it very
no,
often.
it's the
Maybe in the right
micromanaging
campaign.
stuff that nobody cares
Yeah.
about.
I remember actually in Mantis's game when we were in the desert and taking a bunch of non-lethal damage that we would just heal up every time we rested, and the whole
It's
session
like,
about
why
that. I
are
was
we
like, this
doing
is-
this?
I was like, this is so dumb. Like, why? Yeah, I was so annoyed. I was like, why can't we just gloss over this? Like, yeah, we walked through the desert. It sucks. But I
Yeah.
guess it got through. It got
I mean,
through
we
how
just learned from
hellish
that, though.
he did. And it also got
'Cause
through
we
how
didn't have,
hellish
like-
the
yeah.
environment was. So that I was as annoyed and pissed off about the desert as my character was, so it helped me get in character.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess mission accomplished.
Wait, which one was this?
This was I think
The
before
desert
you joined his
travel
campaign,
and-
is while we
Oh,
were
yeah.
traveling through the desert in California in
Oh,
Mantis's game.
God.
And he would make us like roll checks, like constitution checks in the desert, and we take non-lethal damage, but then we'd rest and
There'd
heal
be
the
no
non-lethal damage.
encounters. Yeah, so there was like
And there'd be no encounters or like
consequence,
trivial
yeah.
encounters. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, all right, I guess like we're just moving our numbers around. Like it was annoying,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a learning experience. So I
True.
yeah,
I mean, I learned from
for
it.
a lot of it.
You know, like
Yeah,
to stop
I think all of us
micromanaging
learned.
stupid things like that. You know, it's like
Things
it's,
that don't
it's
matter,
real
yeah.
as we want as realistic as we want to make things. We really don't need to. You know?
Right, we haven't had anything quite like that in Mantis's game either since then. So like I think he learned from it too. But
Yeah.
it was so
Yeah.
frustrating. But yeah,
Although the snowy cold area we were just at was
that's the
pretty dumb.
closest. That's the closest we've gotten to the
It's like,
desert. Yeah,
We have cold
Since
weather
then.
outfits. It's so cold that doesn't matter. We have endure
So
elements. It's so
cold.
cold that doesn't matter. Like what? What? like
Yeah.
I'm bringing the things to deal with what you're giving us, but they don't work.
Well, there's a blizzard
We need
cold
planetary
where
adaptation.
you have to have like a certain. There is
Planar
like
or
a
planetary,
level
yeah.
of coldness or something. Is that what
Yeah,
he's playing
no,
on, you
it's-
guys?
I have a feeling though that even if I
Yes.
use
Yeah.
planar adaptation, he would still say it doesn't work fully.
No, I mean if you did, well, I think if you cast planetary adaptation, like there wouldn't be any way you could do that.
You
just
can't
have
really
to-
argue out of that.
That's what
So
the
what are
spell
we
does.
doing in this game
I mean, that's what endure elements does.
right now?
It sounds like you guys are trying to figure out
There's limits
the
on it
time
though.
frame of
Mhm.
going to this
Oh,
keep.
That's what
before
I was
the,
looking at.
the end
I was
of
trying to
the.
make sure
Wanna
that
stay on
I
the
don't want to be
downward.
at the keep while the Brazilite throws his little party. I want to actually be there for that because I feel like it's important.
If you guys make plans to go tomorrow, you will be back roughly by the 23rd.
Assuming that there aren't any hiccups. So that's fine though, because it means if there's a couple days extra that we end up having to
Yeah.
spend there or something, then we could still make it back in time. Um,
And your rebellion could also still be handling your affairs with
true,
currying favor with the noble families. That's what they're there
true.
for.
Hmm.
Like we could have them try to deal with some of this stuff.
Yep. They're already.
And we still.
Maybe my mom can sing opera. Didn't think about that.
Maybe. She's very talented.
Well, if you want to suggest it, I'm happy to listen.
Fun fact: Araxi had performed sing.
Oh yeah.
But
She was a siren
I mean, that's up
once
to
upon
you,
a time,
Leon.
or she was
I
supposed to be a
suppose,
siren.
but you guys
No,
could just
but I
work
mean,
through proxies, because
it's just like
technically
singing's important in there.
Oh.
that's how she's contacted you so far. Is you talk to her, help, and they relay the information. Then she sent the information to you guys, not knowing it was going to go directly to you.
Is it kind of like lady school, where like women learn how to like hold books on their head, mermaids learn how to sing?
You could talk with
Yeah.
them though when you get back.
No, it's actually so for merfolk, if you can't sing, you're considered like cursed. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Okay.
kick you out of merfolk.
Oh, shit.
Merfolk society. They're like, "Ah, you can't sing, you're cursed."
Yeah. That's harsh.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta at least be able to like sing a little bit.
Just a little. Okay.
You gotta at least be able to 3-star a song on Twitch Sings.
What is that?
Just
Never
a
heard
song.
Of
Just a song. It doesn't have to. Yeah, it doesn't. I've never heard of it. What is that?
it.
It doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
Chasing cars.
But Merfolk society is more advanced than land society, so they still have it. They still have Twitch Sings in Merfolk society.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
Silly.
But yeah, is there anything else? Anybody else who want to talk to? Like, because it's only like been like the first half of the day, right? Like, we probably could go talk to someone else today too, and then make plans to leave tomorrow, right?
Well, you want to
Good.
go do the hunting thing? See if we can help her family hunting? Might be good
We
bonus
don't have to
points.
help them hunt. We just have to prove that we're like great hunters.
Oh.
I guess we could. I mean, what would we
Are we great hunters?
find some? You know what we should do is murder a family and be like, we've got the most dangerous game.
Oh, no.
And the most
No.
dangerous game is people.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
we
This is true, but...
we
I don't know if that would work,
we
but
currently have our rumor mongers working on that, right? Like lowering the notoriety
Yeah.
for her.
I think so, yeah. But like, let's see, who else could we maybe want to talk to before we leave? We could talk to. We could talk to this sleazy Baron Sendy. We don't actually know Baron Sendy. Vash. Fuck, did I write here? Vashnastill. Vashnastill? Is that how you say his
Yep.
name? What? Okay, Vashnastill.
Yeah.
I don't think we know. Oh no, he has allegiance as a Cantargo, so like, he's one of those guys that might be like able. We might be able to convince him to help us. And he likes like he's a worldly, like he likes traveling in boats and shit. So like we might be able to, talk to him about our travels that we're planning to do or something. I don't know. We could ask him if he wants a souvenir from the fort. I don't know. Something like that.
You could try.
Carvis? What? I think you mean
Yeah, and
Jarvis?
since
Yeah, Jarvis.
He also spells Kintargo,
Yeah.
though. How's
yeah,
Jarvis?
that was a typo, but yeah.
But no, I
Oh,
was
is
looking
that
at someone
not who
different. I was looking at Baron Sendi, Vashnar
we
still.
were talking about just now?
But we could talk to House Jarvis too. That would be another one. But yeah, I was looking at Baron Sendi.
Well, I might be able to connect to Jarvis through like his interest in like architecture, carpentry, and stuff like that. Since I'm really interested in engineering and blowing stuff up. I don't know if we connect on that part, but definitely on crafting things.
I mean,
but if you
Hopefully
had
on
the
something.
idea for Veshnarsil, we could go for that.
we could split the party again.
Ooh.
I'm fine with us all going together on this next one.
Okay, let's go to Vashnar still.
Veshnar
Vashnar still.
still. I want to see this guy. I like his description. He sounds like an old character of mine.
Oh.
I'm going to just in case they do something. Well, I don't want to go obviously wearing a Raven mask, but I don't necessarily. Since I'm going representing the Silver Ravens, I don't want to necessarily go as a Mon, so I'll go as someone with a false face. And we'll go to the Vashnar Still estate.
All right. Let's check them out. How do you approach, assuming that you're talking to their help at the front door of their estate?
I'm going to ask for an audience with Baron Sendi. And I'm going to just try to convince them that it is important, that he will want to see us, that we're very important, diplomatic envoys, that he will want to see us right away. And I'll try to like convince them that it's very, very important. I rolled a 1, but it's fine.
It's still important.
Yeah. You're making your case, but you sound a little desperate, sir, to speak with Baron Cindy.
Ouch.
Well, these are desperate times in Kintargo. I'm sure you can feel it too. The people are buckling under the
I just wanted to make Drew feel better.
tyrannical
Thanks.
rule of Brazilai Thrun. We have to do something. Come on, man.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about Baron Sandy. He really doesn't. He has other things that occupy his attention than this political mess.
Oh no.
I doubt that he would want to talk about it.
Are you sure? And I'll flash him a platinum piece. It seems that a mercantile man such as himself can understand that time is money.
He opens his hand to accept the platinum piece.
Alright, I put it in his hand.
All right. He says, but being that the mood of Kintargo, is he wants distractions from it. So I think that you guys could provide him a distraction. So he'll see what he can do, and to wait here.
When he leaves, I say, if there's one thing I specialize in, it is distractions. You do, Freedom, but they're a different kind.
Oh, thanks. I think.
All right. You guys get permission to enter the estate.
Awesome. See, Monsieur Jurist, money talks. That is something I learned recently. When you cannot persuade them with their promise of freedom, gold.
Sounds like you got a personal experience.
A rather
You had an epiphany.
eye-opening one.
Oh. Most of the time, when
Alright,
I offer people freedom, they accept it. So I don't know.
They take you through the estate to meet with him in his lounge, and you guys get a look at some of the Veshnar still fortune here. That on the inside, yeah, there's a lot of like random knickknacks.
He's got shit from like fucking Syrian maybe.
But most of all, there's lots of like there's things like ship plaques, like
Okay,
fishing
I suppose.
poles. There's even like a big anchor somewhere. There's a whatchamacallit, a taxidermied shark in there somewhere.
Oh no.
Cast animate objects on the taxidermy shark.
And eventually, yeah, you meet with Baron Sendy. He greets you. And he wipes his brow. He looks like he's a man that perspires often.
Hmm.
He asks for you. He asks for your names so that he can for your proper introduction.
I introduce myself as Willem.
All right. Willem to friend, right?
Yeah.
And not Willem Dafoe.
Willem Duval, Frontline and Hugel.
All right. It's quite a name.
I'll give my standard nom de plume and ask him, like, I'm quite parched. I hope you don't mind me asking, but we have walked a ways. Do you have some refreshments?
I'll see what I can spare you. And he takes his time looking through a liquor cabinet.
Okay,
I'll,
while he's
packages.
distracted,
Take
I'll
my
tell the
extract while he's
others.
distracted.
Yeah,
I picked up on it.
exactly.
He
Cool.
does speak to you while he's picking things out, but yeah, you can do something behind his back if you want.
Just taking
make the
an
motion of
extract, no big
freedom.
deal.
Huh?
He tells you that he doesn't usually take impromptu visits like this, but you happen to come at a good time, and I can see that you guys mean business. So he would love to
Indeed.
just get down to business and ask you for a favor.
Hmm.
Yeah, favors are kind of a specialty of ours.
Seems so, yeah.
What is it that you need help with? Is this something that will benefit Kintargo?
Oh, personal interests. Personal interests.
That's understandable.
However, you came here to talk to me, so please tell me.
Okay. Well, we're here representing the Silver Ravens.
That
And
makes
we're
me glad
looking
to hear.
we're looking to secure alliances in case that there is a more um, open conflict between us and Brazili Thrune. We have philosophical differences, us and Brazili Thrune. I don't believe that there's any sort of compromise we'll be able to make with him.
Yes, a troublesome man and family dynasty.
Yes, we find Brazili Thrune's rulership of Kintargo to be uh, against the values of Kintargo.
Well, that's good because people like me, people with time and money, interests for other things and politics. Well, I'm looking to give my support to somebody who can put Kintargo at ease. But before I choose to pledge my support to you, with not just my word, but with coffers, there's a matter of that favor. And he brings a letter to you guys, and he says
Oh, okay.
that I need help with a reply.
Is this like a legal matter? I'll look at the letter.
Okay, you take a look at the letter, and it's not a legal one. It's a personal letter.
Okay.
And you very quickly discover that the contents of this letter are quite provocative and salacious. And he tells you that he has a pen pal who he has been romantically engaged with for a few months now, and this person, he says this person has such a language, as I'm sure you can see, and I'm
I was
coming
gonna
up a
say as
little
well.
short with how to impress them.
Yeah. I was gonna say like Amon probably first gets it, starts reading it out loud, and then immediately like realizes, and then goes, he's like, "Dear, dear Baron Sendy or whatever, I write to you, blah, 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 blah," and then like he realizes, he goes, like kind of stutters off, like, like
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
The
I don't want to read this out loud.
the writing is also in a different language and dialect than what would be normal here in gosh, where are you guys? Is this Andoran?
What language? This is Cheliax.
Oh, that's right.
But
yeah,
it'd be in
yeah.
It'd be in Talden. Would be
It's
the
in
language
Talder.
it'd be in. Okay, it's the same
Well,
language.
this isn't Talden.
Okay, Talden is common, so so I can read it just fine. But it's like Taldor, Talden maybe.
It's actually a language that is from much further away than that. Not a native language at all.
It's not Talden? What?
It's not.
I'm confused.
Not Talden.
Oh, okay. Maybe I can't read it then.
Would a
At least-
linguistics check help him determine what language it is?
Yes. Yeah, a linguistics check would help you determine what language this is.
I have linguistics, so I guess I'll roll it. Do I have comprehend? I do have comprehend languages
24.
prepared, so I can just cast comprehend languages. But so I'll even say like, "Excuse me, I need magical
You actually
aid."
think this is an elemental language.
Oh, maybe I speak it then. I speak.
It's Ignan.
Okay, no, actually, I don't speak Ignan. Never mind. I guess I don't speak any elemental. I usually take an elemental language on most of my characters, but this one I don't have. Apparently, don't have one. Oh, I have Terran. I do have Terran. I didn't add it on my fantasy ground sheet, but I have Terran. Okay.
Baron Sandy says that he understands this language, and that it is a language full of passion.
Well, I don't, so give me a minute. I'll cast comprehend languages. And then I'll
So
read
yes, if you could do me a favor by impressing me with your skill in with language here, then perhaps I can help you and your ravens out.
Okay. So I have comprehend languages.
Or
so
in lieu of that,
I can't read it.
Or in lieu of that, perhaps one of you can give me some inspiration on something I can write back. Something that just, screams verbal acrobatic.
Oh, I can help you with that, but not in that language.
An innuendo to top all innuendos.
You want something sexy?
Hmm.
I'll write you something sexy.
Yeah, that's what you want. So you can
Might be
either
for freedom.
impress him with linguistics or, this actually says a bluff check for your skill with verbal acrobatics and innuendo.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, well,
I
I'm
guess that
not
kinda makes
bluffing. Psh.
I mean, I got decent linguistics as well, but despite not knowing Ignan, but if he knows Ignan, I could give him something to like that he can.
I don't have
translate,
ranks in
hopefully.
bluff, but I have charisma.
I mean, you can still roll bluff to try and help. It's not a trained skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. Let me
well,
help
I can
out.
Let's go roll.
attempt.
Leon's good at bluff.
I guess
too.
since I'm probably the only one with, yeah, I can assist with that. Plus, I have some extracts of true skill prepared, so I can quaff one of those
Yeah, you could.
and help the dirty old man get
And
his
I'll
rocks
tell
off.
I'll give you guys like the translation of the salacious note here.
Hey,
Alright.
Caleb's helping too.
I'm
Yeah,
Caleb, I'm
some
helping.
farmer flirting. He's only farmers.
Yeah,
Good job, Caleb.
he's
So,
I'm only farmers.
so this is turning into like a group improv where we're all trying to like
Hey, there
relay
you go,
something
see?
sexy to him.
How to use a hoe.
Oh no. Can I tell, by the way, like who might have wrote this? Like, is it like a freed or something? Like a
Maybe,
knowledge
you're
check
not
I can
sure.
take? Okay, I'm not sure. Just from reading it,
Could be.
maybe. I feel like it might be like in a freed or something, but
Or maybe just
yeah,
someone who knows the language and really likes to
really
show
likes
off.
using Ignin. Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll roll my bluff in the tower. Or do you want me to roll it out in the open?
You can roll it out here.
Alrighty. Ugh, it's a low roll.
That was a low roll.
Well, at least I got some people to
Got some assists though.
help.
I can
Yeah.
roll an assist as well, I suppose. I
Yeah,
don't
go
have.
ahead.
Oh, I do have ranks and bluff. Actually, I'm
Mhm.
not too bad at it myself.
Oh, blam.
Hey.
Well, there you go. I'll give you a true skill potion as well, so we can pump that up. If I'd
Yeah,
known
I
that.
mean, I already rolled it. Yeah.
Alright, well.
Well,
With everybody assisting Amon, you guys hit the DC.
alright.
These are pretty high
Mm-hmm.
to win them over with the skill checks. That's kind of like the quick option for each of the families. It's like attempt one high skill check or do something like
Do some
rebellion
crazy
related.
quest. Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you guys all put your thinking caps on and you guys toss around ideas about how to tease and get an Ignin based innuendo going. And he is satisfied. He'll figure out how to write it appropriately at some point, but at least he knows what he's gonna say.
Yeah. I wish I could help you more with translating it into Ignan, but the only elemental language I speak is and write is Terran, which is not the right language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's thinking of like, oh yeah, something along the lines of uh there's no lover that is too hot to handle for me.
Wait, was that one of our suggestions? Don't do that one. That's
Maybe.
terrible. I
You
regret
guys
it. I
offer
take
him
it back.
something
Yeah.
worthy of at least a 30.
Yeah.
I don't like that I'm eye level with this guy's waist.
But for
No.
your assistance and your cleverness, he agrees to support the Silver Ravens. And as he said, he can do so with his coffers.
Nice.
So what he can do for you is he can finance the placement of up to 3 minor caches and 1 intermediate cache per month at no cost to you guys.
Okay.
So these caches can have things like magical consumables like potions and scrolls and such like that.
Neat. That could
And an
be
intermediate cache is pretty decent.
really useful later on when we're doing more like adventuring in the city again, which I'm assuming is going to be next book after we deal with the the fort and all that.
So a minor cache it's worth no more than 900 GP in all, but it can be filled with anything that totals up to 900 GP. That's a minor cache. The intermediate cache has up to 2500 GP.
Wow.
So you can get quite a bit of like scrolls and potions in that.
Nice.
And of course, like you don't have to plant them somewhere in the city. They can be delivered directly to you.
Gold hub.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he enjoys your company. He's pretty talkative about his time, like seeing the world and inquiring things from other people, and he goes on at length about the partners he's made along the way as well.
Okay.
I'll smoke and listen.
Yeah, me as a person, I don't want to hear that stuff, but Freedom probably does.
He has such like the weirdest like 3 descriptive words for him. He's greedy, sleazy, and worldly.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Doesn't sound too weird.
Like, wow, I never thought I'd see these 3 words describe the same person.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. I got like a mental image of him.
Right.
All right, that's that for that day.
All right.
It's coming up on 9:30, so I'm probably gonna end the session here and give you guys some experience points for
Okay.
doing stuff with 2 of the houses.
Yeah.
Schmoozing.
Just that you guys
Yeah,
get some
I guess-
experience here.
Yeah. I guess we did 2, and we got like one other one in the works with Alamoxa.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys will get that. You just that kind of will probably be completed by the time you guys start venturing out, but I'm just gonna give you the experience for it now.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Woohoo! Oh, that's a nice handy chunk of XP. One more like that, and
Yeah.
I think we'll level.
Each house that you guys manage to get on your side is about 3,200 experience.
Nice.
So there's still some of that to be had. You guys can still talk with Jarvis and was it Yeltero?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, and that will be that for this week.
Cool.
Combat will happen, you guys. So Zerduram or anybody else, if you guys are craving combat or Grim, believe me, it's gonna happen.
I mean,
There
I just
is
wanted
the
to sing Phantom of
chance-
the Opera, but you know.
Oh yeah, that too. You will go to the opera.
I
That
had a
is
great
also going
time
to
this
happen.
session, for what it's worth.
No,
But
it
yeah.
was good. I'm always
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
with.
it's fine. I think it's good to kind of take a passenger seat now and then.
In fact, when you guys do go to Mendor Keep, there's the very real possibility that not only will combat happen, but it's one of those things that it can spiral way out of control.
Well, thanks
So
for the
update
forewarning.
my
Uh-oh.
backup character is what I'm
So
hearing.
don't let Caleb do any decision making.
Do we let you anyways? Oh.
Yeah.
Um,
We
I
just
don't know,
point.
sometimes.
He's just an intimidate stick that we point at people.
sometimes he does things on his own.
And then, of course, also I promise you guys the climax of this book is going to be pretty impressive. It's looking daunting
This is a scary
to me
book,
as a
right?
GM.
Or is that the next book that's like super
man.
scary?
Yeah,
we get
we're-
banshees. I want banshees.
Are we in book
Well,
3 right now, or
we're
book
book 3.
4? Okay. So yeah, next is book 4. Book 5 is always the one that you're like, that's the one that's
That's
gonna
the scary
throw some
book.
bullshit at you. That's always the
book 5
scariest book.
definitely
things-
starts
Yeah.
throwing some mean stuff at you.
CO
But the problem with
Fives are always the
characters
scariest
that don't
ones.
scale that well, as like Hell Knights plus Slayer just don't. They don't get like Paladin things and be immune to everything. Like I'm a full martial,
gotta
but
be
I'm gonna be
mortal.
so vulnerable
Like
to things
nothing
happening.
That's when
gets
it's
to be
fun.
immune to everything except for Paladin.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah,
also like super slow at
other
like
spellcasters
becoming
get
in.
really good defensive abilities. I'm just gonna be like, I hope I have enough hit points and high enough saves to not fall to everything.
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert,
I'm
you
really
don't.
eager for the
Yeah.
climax of this book. The climax of book 3 feels like it should be the climax of like the end of a campaign, actually.
Are we
Oh,
in book
dear.
3? I thought we were in book 2.
Yeah, we're in book 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. The devil fish, the aquatic devil. That was the
That
climax.
was that was Torrent the
Climactic
Torrent.
fight.
That was a really
Dance of the
good
Dam.
climax of book 2 for Caleb,
I did
at
like the
least.
encounter with the drowning devil. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the climax of this book is gonna be pretty epic. A lot of things that you guys have done and worked for is going to come to a climax at this book.
My mint plant will finally be ready for harvest.
But it's gonna be scary though. The end of this book.
That's all right.
People are going to die.
Well, I assume so.
Spoiler
Because I
alert.
mean, we got the anvil of unmaking that when it itself is unmade is supposed to blow up the pass. So that's gonna be fun.
Yep. So I won't see you guys next week. So we have a week.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll see
Okay.
you guys on the 5th. Because on the 29th... No.
Or the 4th, you mean?
No, I will see you guys on the 28th. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Memorial
Oh, you will see us for
weekend
next
coming
Friday?
up.
I will see us for
following
next
weekend.
Friday. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought Saturday.
There is a weekend in June where I will just not be there for any game. Like,
Oh, okay.
I want to say like June 17th or something like that. Is that a weekend?
Oh.
17th
It's
is
still
is a
it's a
Thursday.
Thursday. It's still ways
Yeah.
out. I think it's either the 12th
Yeah,
or
it's
the
a ways out.
19th. One of those weekends I will just not be here for any games. I'll
Why?
let you guys know when it gets
What
closer.
could you be doing that's more important
But-
than Pathfinder?
I'm gonna be
Next
hanging out with
Saturday.
my friendies all weekend.
Next Saturday, I get to resume running my in-person Reign of Winter game after more than a year.
Oh god, are you
cool.
guys gonna remember anything? Jeez.
I hope you have a good recap.
I do. I plan to
that's
give
good,
them a
at
good
least.
recap.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
fact, what I
I'm-
plan to do is there's
It's not, the
5
story's not too
players.
complicated anyways, so.
No, but I like to make it complicated. So there's 5 players. What I'm gonna do next week is every day, so Monday through Friday, up to that Saturday, I'm gonna do little blurbs on each of their characters, like kind of describing like who they are, what they've done so far, so that they kind of remember. But
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna sprinkle in just a little bit of a tease in each of these, because my idea is that as they read these, this is actually what Elvana has been divining about the party.
Spoiler
She's keeping
zone,
tabs
but
on them.
yeah.
Because, I don't know, do you guys... I mean, is it really... I guess it's sort of a spoiler.
Yeah. I think it's a little spoiler
it's
zone,
fine.
but
Do you guys care about spoilers for Reign of Winter?
I played it.
yes.
So
I'm good. I've honestly heard a lot about it, so it doesn't really matter to me.
So, we're in book 5. Pretty far into the story, right? So they're in Russia.
Like actual
and they're
Russia.
about to
Yeah.
meet like actual Russia. Yeah, they're about to meet Rasputin. But my
Oh,
plan,
like the 1st
I've
time when he's been toying with them?
yeah, the
or...
first time. Well, in the village, in
Okay.
Aktrovskaya.
Like
You know, where he
encounter?
animates the corpse orgy.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Like actual first
So
time.
my idea for this book is that Elvana has been keeping tabs on the PCs for a while now, and she's watching them very closely in this book because she wants them to succeed. She wants them to defeat her brother because he's the only person who really can hold a candle to her at this point. And if he succeeds in gaining a little bit of their mother's mythical power, then he could pose a challenge to her.
Well, I think that's true already, though. Like, I think she was really willing to get rid of him if he didn't die to that, because he is, like, technically the closest heir, right?
Right, and Elvana doesn't know about Anastasia.
Oh, yeah.
All she knows is that he plans to somehow, siphon their mother's mythical power. So she's counting on the PCs to defeat him and get the doll with Baba Yaga in it. But what's going to happen at the end of the book is Elvana is going to approach the PCs.
Not them.
And she's going to try to reward them for defeating her brother. And I'm expecting that they're going to say no, right?
And then cast Mage's Disjunction.
Oh god, screw you. Screw
They're
you!
not that level yet.
I had dreams.
She's not going to
and
fight
you
them
crushed
directly.
them.
She doesn't want to kill them. They can still be useful to her. But what she is going to do is she's going to take the hut.
Oh,
I
dip,
can't
she
remember
stole
what
her
it
whip.
is, but like in that room alone, there was like 30 to 40 magical items or spells active. So like when he mages disjunction,
Oh, yeah.
I had to be like, okay,
Yeah.
next session.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, had I been a little bit more experienced with that at all, I would have like warned you
Yeah, I
ahead of
was
time,
not experienced
so
with that at all.
apologies for that. I was like, ooh, 9th level spells. Oh, this
Yay!
Well,
sounds
we
really
learned
cool.
from it though, because I remember when we did Rise the Rune Lord, Secret
That's
had
true.
it pre-prepared.
I had pre-prepared.
So when
Yeah.
Henrik cast Mage's Disjunction, she already was like, "All right, cool, it resolved. So here's what happened."
Oh, damn. That's pretty
Yep.
cool.
Like she'd already rolled which stuff got dispelled and like which items got deactivated and so forth. So
Yeah.
we were able to just roll
I had
right,
his template
through it.
ready. Yep.
I wish I learned from lessons as well as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also,
was fun.
don't
I mean,
feel
I
bad
just like
for
to
my
make things easier on
PCs.
myself, I guess.
I was mazed like basically the entire fight though, but
Yeah,
so I
sorry
didn't
about
do
that.
anything
Yeah,
in the
like a
fight.
couple rounds in, yeah.
I
This rogue got
dispelled
mazed.
I
But you
dispelled
dispelled the giant.
the giant that was dominated or charmed or whatever it was. I dispelled that, and
Yeah.
so he
You
helped
got
us
us an
fight
ally.
Karzog.
We traded our rogue for
You
Storm
traded
Revenge.
your
I think it was a
rogue, who
pretty good
was-
trade.
It really was, because Nizzo was not a very effective combatant, to be honest.
Yeah, we swapped
a
out like what, 100 hit
Unoptimized
points worth
rogue.
for like
Yeah.
300.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
I
true.
will talk to you guys next time.
Take
Yeah,
care,
I
Grim.
gotta go too, but take care,
Bye.
Grim.
Alright,
Take
yeah.
care.
Take care, Drew.
Bye.
Nizzo was a fun character, but not because of his build, for sure. His build was,
Oh,
was
yeah, yeah.
trash. But he was a really
Yeah,
fun
Nissa was
character.
the locksmith.
Yeah.
Yes.
Locksmith.
He was
Okay,
he was
cool.
just a untrained rogue, and his backstory was a locksmith. So like when I brought him into the campaign, he didn't even have ranks in stealth as a rogue, which is pretty funny. Because he's like, yeah, he's a locksmith. Like he doesn't sneak around. He's
How else would
I-
we have gotten the
I put-
experience of opening the door and then
And then
saying,
closing it
"Oops,
again,
wrong," yeah.
wrong door.
She had like 2 exits though. That was kind of funny. I was like, well, I guess she'll go
Didn't
somewhere
she
else
like?
then.
Didn't she get like beat up by like her own, like the lizards or whatever? Like beat her up on her way out too. Like she accidentally triggered them on the way out. I don't even remember exactly. I feel like that was a thing. She accidentally like hurt herself trying to get out.
Well, yeah, because they're not under her command or rule. Like,
Yeah,
they're not,
yeah, they weren't actually under her control, and like, yeah, she like disturbed the lizards on her way out, and they like beat her up a little bit, which is pretty funny.
Who did Zanisha kill?
Zanisha killed Mantis's character, the
Oh, that's
swashbuckler
right.
at the time that he was playing.
Then he brought in the druid, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, memories.
I barely remember that swashbuckler because, yeah,
I remember it well because that swashbuckler gave us the Benny Hill run through the Foxglove Manor.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't there for Foxglove Manor, so I only remember. I really only.
You're
I was
so
only
lucky.
there. I only joined in and only saw the swashbuckler in Magnamar. So basically, the clock tower and like the Foxglove Manor, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like the little
Foxglove
townhouse.
Manor is
Not the actual
infamous.
manor, just the townhouse actually. Because that's where I joined in, was at Foxglove's townhouse, because Nizza was like,
they were already in Magnamar.
Foxglove owes me money. I installed the locks. They're like, we need to get in here. I'm like, well, I installed these locks, so I just like opened it. I'm like, yeah, I put these locks in. Like, I have the keys. I didn't have to disable device. So like, I just
Very
like,
useful.
Is that legitimate for a locksmith to keep? I guess it is, because if they lock themselves out, then you have to have the key for them.
The
I mean,
skeleton
even if I
New
didn't,
one.
even if I didn't, I could disable device on my own locks.
You
no
know how
problem.
all your locks work.
I'm pretty sure I get a
Yeah.
circumstance bonus on my own on a lock that I installed.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
We play games.
and then yeah, like then it's like after we were done with that, it's like, oh yeah, you guys, you come hang out at my place. My wife's making dinner because like Nizzo had a wife that lived in
Oh yeah,
Magnamar.
we had dinner.
Yeah. So I was like the whole thing, like, yeah, yeah.
He was a very homely person.
Yeah.
Not at all cut out for the adventuring life, but he did anyway.
Well, I mean, he's a gnome, so he was like, "Oh, this sounds interesting."
Oh, you had a nightmare of a time in the mountains. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nizzo kind of relied on the party to like get him through it because he was an unchained rogue with no special abilities of his own.
Yeah.
It's kind of a rough life.
The game didn't really have any locks. And then, like, I remember I talked to somebody about
it. Once you got to like the end
or
of the
something
game.
like that, and Matt's like, just put locks everywhere, and I was like, okay. So I just started putting locks everywhere.
Oh, you added some extra locks.
Oh yeah, like there's no locks in that.
That's
game.
funny, yeah. I appreciate it anyway. All the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he was all right. If you threw like if Henrik or Abysm put like greater invisibility on him, he could do some decent damage. Yeah. So, or if he got a flank with Abysm, which he did that fairly often too. Abysm was a good flanking partner.
Yep, he's purely the flanking partner because he just sometimes.
Star Fox really likes to build like mobility kind of characters that are like really good at getting into flanks too. Like that's
yeah.
That's like how he builds like all of his characters. I feel like. I don't know if
most of them pretty much.
But like his monk and his rogue were his monk. I guess his monk was his monk/rogue.
Well, Aranaxis kind of is that way too because he puts on a spell to deal damage back, and he banks on me attacking him.
That's true. That's true. He does have that one spell that where he takes damage. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just
like
savvy about
Star Fox has like a style, and that's his style.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. At least like
the
three characters
we were
that I've done.
Our wizard and sorcerer, his style of always surviving and having to live with the trauma of their partner being
Of the
dead.
the whole party dying. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
gee.
man. Star Fox, I like playing with Star Fox actually. I'm kind of sad
Yeah.
he's not in more of our games. But yeah.
He's in a lot of other
Schedule.
games, so
He's in a lot of other games. His schedule doesn't line up.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright, I'll see you guys later.
All right, bye.
Okay, good night.